One greetings from the high 10. It is everyday shenanigans. This is part 2 of an earlier live. Mercy, mercy. The webs we weave. When we indeed attempt to deceive. Oh, my. Interesting. Hollerville. Name drops. Dealers. Narratives. Unusual suspects. Tuber antics. As the Holler turns. This is part 2. This is a live stream with a live panel. I will try to listen only. Hello, everybody in the chat. If you're a new sub to the channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. And I'd like for you to hit the link to give your opinion pertaining to the latest information pertaining to Chris Madonna putting his unedited video to Patreon and then uploading it back to YouTube unedited with the name drop of the alleged drug dealer. And then there's some other buffoonery that has transpired this evening. My. Boy, are we busy. Real busy. Just can't sit the fuck down. Lord have mercy. I don't know what to say. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Feel free to hit the link. As I said, I'm almost at 11,000 subscribers. I'm short under 50 subscribers to reach 11,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for the love and the following the content, sharing the content. If Mr. AB is listening, I would like for you to join the panel. I put it at the top of the page here in the live. If you are up and awake, I'd like for you to join me. I didn't know else how to reach out to you except for on your channel. So if you're alive and awake and up, not busy, please feel free to hit the link to join me. I'm really lost for words. I think I said all I need to say earlier. This live is basically just to give the viewer a chance to give his or her opinion. That's basically it. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. One thing I will say, the fuckery is real. If it ain't nothing but that, it is definitely real. And pardon my language in the earlier live, I was just a little, like feeling some type of way. I didn't really know how I was going to feel once I started speaking, but it's just like it's redundant. The versions, the stories, the narratives, the extra parties, I got something I gotta say, and I got something I need to tell the world, and I'm just over it. I'm over all of it. I'm over all of it. It's to the point it's just absolutely ridiculous. Everybody is sick and demented in some form or fashion, so lonely for attention. Just lonely for attention. That's all I see right now pertaining to this story. The story is no longer about Summer Wells. It was never about Summer Wells. And I get that. If I don't know anything, I know that. I know that now. It was never about Summer Wells. It's not about Summer Wells. Everything that's transpired since June 15th has never been about Summer Wells. And that's on God. It's never been about her. And it's not about her now. So if you say that it is about her, you a damn lie. You're a liar. Yes, thank you, Diana, for saying that. Polluting a jury pool. That's exactly what I was thinking tonight while I was eating dinner. What jury member is going to want to be in this mess? They will bow out quickly. If there was to be an indictment for someone's, you all have helped the bullshit pertaining to this case. That they will be bored in the courtroom because there will be so much a he said and a she said and Pookie said. Those people will be gnawing their paw off to get out of the courtroom, to get out of there. But I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Exactly, feeding their own flesh. Exactly. Nobody in their right mind would want to sit through a trial, period. Because by the time the trial ended, the defense gave their opening and closing statement, those people would be falling over dead in there, trying to get out of there. With all these ridiculous stories, parents' versions, changing up stuff, all these clowns jumping out of clown cars and cakes and stuff. Man, what you all don't realize, when you decided to go talk to these YouTubers, you made it worse. You made it worse. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to get information because by nature, many of us are curious. But the thing that nobody thought about is the after effects, such as if there's ever an indictment. 12 members have to sit through a trial and listen at the same BS we're listening to right now. And they have to be able to sit there and take it seriously. And they're not going to take it serious when they become bored, overwhelmed. They'll just want out of there. Go back to their cushy life they had before becoming a jury member for a case. And that's what some of you are not thinking about. It's the day the truth or somebody is arrested and there's an indictment. Somebody has to sit and cipher through all this stuff, probably more with evidentiary material that the state will bring forward. You ever think about that? Sad. Well, I don't have to be popular. I'm a child of God and I'm already highly favored. So I don't have to be popular on YouTube and no other social media platform. Because in the end, YouTube doesn't make me. There's people who don't even know I'm on YouTube, and there are people who know I'm on YouTube and they don't give a damn about it. They could care less. As I've told many of you, most of the people that I know of, they don't even watch YouTube. They care more about Facebook than YouTube. They could give a damn about YouTube. They're not interested. As I told you, they don't even know that little girl's missing. So that lets you know how much they care about YouTube and the news. They don't even know Summer Wells is missing. They don't even know when it's snowing and not snowing. The only people that care about YouTube are the people who are addicted to YouTube and the YouTube creator. Other than that, nobody gives a fuck. That's what some of you don't get. There's people who don't give a damn about this box. They don't care what you're talking about. They don't care about nothing. They rather look at Facebook and look at reality TV shows, Roku. They don't care about YouTube. That's why it's funny when I sit here and look at how stupid the people act on here. You know, baiting people, trying to argue with people, and running around from channel to channel, jumping, doxing people, just the crazy stuff that go on with YouTube. It shows you are sick. You're fragile. Your mind is gone. You need fucking help. And I done told most of you, especially those who really, really know me, I don't get down with that foolishness, and I don't want no parts of it. Because I've had my share with Cal City. I don't want no parts of this here. So if that's what you about, drama on the ground, yeah, I said it. I don't want no parts of it. Don't carry a bone to me. I'm not with none of that. Exactly. Trying to gain validation from strangers, kind of sad. No, it's not sad. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Because you're going out of your way for some people who don't know you, don't know anything about you. You don't know them. Getting yourself all riled up. For what? You don't even know these people. And I'm going to tell you something that I've told Crystal, because we talk all the time. If a motherfucker will turn their back on somebody that they supposed to be so cool with, stay woke for the dodo bird in the back that sleep. If a motherfucker will turn on somebody that was so close to him, you think they won't do it to you? Are you that naive? If they'll do it to their ace, the ace in their pocket, the one on their hip, they'll do it to you. So while you all up in somebody's ass, just know that eventually they're going to bring the bang and they're going to do it to you. So don't go cry. I should have known better. No, you didn't know better because you liked it. You want to be a part of something. So you was biting on their butt cheeks. You were biting on their butt cheeks. So while you ass biting, just remember, it'll come back to you too, honey. You better wake up. You better wake up. Because that's all they do up here in this box. Ass biting and backstabbers. I don't play with kids. If I want a kid, I go have a baby. As most of you know, and Mr. Dudley came forward with content to Sweetie Pie, alleging what happened between his relationship with Mr. Wells. You're entitled to believe whatever he had to say. Chris Madonna has uploaded content to Patreon and his channel pertaining to information that H brought. Now that cat is out of the bag. It's very sad to me. And as I said, boy H is a child. And he was put in the position of being an adult when he should not have been put in that position. And I don't think people really paid attention to what was obvious. And that's something I've noticed with this story, is that a lot of you don't pay attention to what is obvious. You're too busy listening to gossip and other stuff, but you don't pay attention to what's obvious, such as the livelihood of a child. He's a child. He should have stayed in a child's place, but he wasn't afforded that opportunity because his mother, she don't give a fuck either. And then this Candy, she don't care either because she's self-serving. And he knew too much and he talks too much. He had no business talking about anything pertaining to dope dealers, nothing. Getting high, getting drunk, that shouldn't even be in a child's conversation. But because you let your child sit up under a grown woman, and obviously yourself, then that's why your child talks like an adult. But nobody thought about H's livelihood and his safety. Kingsport is nowhere from Rogersville. Anybody could ride by, shoot their house up, send somebody in to pull them out, kick their door in, anything. On just his conversation to Chris Madonna. But you all didn't think about that, did you? You were just so glad to get the tea. Because a lot of you like to use that as an excuse to get information. Oh, well, we're trying to find out about summer. It's about summer. No, it ain't. Involving children in grown folks' business has nothing to do with Summer Wells. Summer's a child. H is a child. H should have been in a child's place. Point blank. You don't have to agree with me. Because see, most of you, you're not going to agree anyway because you like bullshit. You like drama. And you feed off this stupid stuff. Right now, somebody could have blew that boy's brains out on him running his mouth. Oh, I think he know who I am. Because let's say some truth to whatever he thinks went on. Somebody just paid him a little visit. Threw a cocktail through the window. Oh, he know who I am. He knows something. Because this is what happens when you assume stuff. I don't know what happened June 15th. I don't know who all is involved. But what I do know is when you start insinuating stuff, dropping names and stuff, start talking about somebody and stuff before the name ever got revealed, the person on the outside could be looking like, oh, they talking about me. Oh, they ain't say my name, but I know they talking about me. Nobody thought about that, Chris Madonna. You didn't think about that. But yet y'all was running to get the tea in the beginning. Oh, what's wrong with Chris talking to him? What's wrong with him talking to Allie? What's wrong? Well, what's wrong now? What's right now? See, you all don't think. I've told you all that. You talk to hear yourselves, but you don't think about what you're saying. You don't think about the shit you passing along. Now, if something had happened to that little boy, everybody been talking crazy. Oh my God, they hurt that kid. That boy that was talking to Chris Madonna. Then what the fuck would Chris Madonna been saying? Yes, somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get royally hurt. You see, Don and Candy, they don't care about anybody. So they don't mind throwing out people's names, talking in circles. Because they don't care about themselves. They've been living off the land for moons. Moons over moons. They're street people. Gutter trash. So they don't mind talking in circles and throwing out the neighbor, throwing this person in the mix, involving a 15-year-old kid. They don't care. What do they care? They've never cared. That's why the fuck they don't have their kids. That's why they don't have their children. Count them up. Too many to count. If Candy was to get pregnant right now, she'd be lucky if the baby make it to 1. That's on God. That's seriously, that's a spoken word. These people are evil. They are sick. They are street people. They are trash. They don't care about nothing. And they don't care nothing about throwing your ass under the bus. They don't care nothing about calling you a dirty name. They don't care nothing about setting your ass up. They don't care nothing about turning on you, snitching on you, and you want to hide with them, play with them, talk to them. Well, go on. Like I said earlier, knock yourself out. But this is a travesty. All this stuff that's going on, and it's nothing about Summer. Summer was always collateral damage. That's obvious from what we've seen from the bio donors. She was never important. Her brothers were never important. And from a narcissistic mother, always remember the chosen one is really never chosen. Because she could turn on him those as well. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the latest information pertaining to the name drop of the alleged drug dealer. Is this the drug dealer? Is this someone that's been giving drugs to the Wells Candy? Was there something more to the conversation in the text, the deleted text messages? Are we talking about an orchestration to a child being killed, transferred, dropped off, sold, bartered, discarded? All of the above. Thank you, Chair. Thank you so much. Yes, career criminals. Thank you. They're being treated like LE, like they are county informants. Well, I don't know what they're like. I don't make any claims of anybody being an informant because I don't have proof to that. That's the gist of this story, is that there's no proof to anything. There's no proof to an informant, proof of CPS. There's no proof of nothing. Just a bunch of gossip. I don't know anything about what the fuck went on at 110 Ben Circle. I don't know. But what I can tell you is I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of all these people jumping out of cakes and hats and shit. It's just on and on and on. And I'm over it. I'm over all of it. Don Wells, go to bed, honey. I'm not interested tonight. You got some sister wives in town, don't you? Go pick one of them up. Well, that's true, Robin. We have no idea what the text is done even means. We don't know. Because this is what happens when we start assuming stuff. And like I said, it's normal to assume something. Well, they must be talking about summer. Somebody helped do something. Somebody helped drop somebody off. I don't know. I don't live back there. I don't know these people. I don't want to know them. I don't want to know anything about them. Because my thing is, once you start getting different versions, you're just talking to yourself. You're just spitting the same stuff over and over and over. And then you're waiting for somebody to come along, bring something else. Then you sit and beat your head against a rock trying to figure out, well, is that the truth? Is this the truth? I don't know. But I know one thing. Don Wells, you need to find your ass something to do. Or you're going to get somebody hurt back there in that holler. You trying to blame everybody and their mama for whatever the fuck happened with you and Candy and that baby. Why don't you two just tell the truth? You hurt the kid? Just tell the truth. Be done with it. Because I'm telling you, you're never going to have a good life. You will never have a good life. You made sure of that, buddy, on June 15th. You will never have a good life. Not now, not never. So the best you can do is jump on panels and cuss people out in inboxes. That's the best you can do. You keep running that trap, somebody gonna pay your ass a visit back there. Like I said, stack them up high, you and Candy. Because don't think the concrete won't hold you. Oh, it'll hold you. It'll hold you. You forgot I live in Tennessee. I know all about back roads, country folk, rednecks, racist rednecks. I know all about your kind. And ain't nobody scared, and ain't nobody intimidated. You want to be hard. You want to be hard. But what I always tell somebody, for every badass, there's a bigger badass. So ain't nobody intimidated. Because see, the one thing you fail to realize, you and Candy, we know where you live. So you can be found. You can be found. That's obvious considering what we've learned from today. Folks like sitting at your driveway. You can be found. Because ain't nobody scared of you, Candy, and nothing else back there in that holler. Because it ain't nothing going on in that holler that ain't going on around the corner for me and around the corner somewhere in West Tennessee, Kentucky, New York, Idaho, Utah, California. Do I need to go on? And stop sending me messages. I'm not interested. I don't check the back chat, Don Wells. If that's really you, I don't check it, darling. Sorry. Go get your little boyfriend and go play somewhere else. The time you and Candy spend talking to people on panels, go find your kid. Go find your kid. You done threw everybody's damn name out there that you come up with. Who you going to come up with now? You going to start going to the church? You going to start throwing people from the church in there? Hell, why not? Let's just start throwing the children name. The children, other children names, the church people. Let's see who else we can find. The doctor, the pharmacist. Hell, maybe the cashier at the liquor store where you buy your drinks. He took Summer. Yeah, the pharmacist. The pharmacist, he did it. Hell, why stop? Let's just name everybody we can find. The pharmacist, the doctor, the church people. Y'all named everybody named mama. So you got people in the chat want to say it's the church. It's Dotson. It's Dobbs. It's Robin. Her daddy. Jody Sue. Andy. Boy H. Allie. Did I leave anybody out? Yeah. The people at the vape store. They did it. Somebody in the grocery store. They did it. Who else? Damn. Give it a rest. Well, Jose, whoever. But the point is, no matter who you think did it, you're entitled to your opinion. But all roads lead back to Don and Candace Blywells. That's just the bottom line. All this other stuff don't mean nothing. Did you see that? Don Wells, I'm not interested in anything you have to say. I'm not interested in anything your boyfriend has to say. Stop commenting in the back. I don't check the back messages. I'm not interested. You are never going to be famous. You are not Elvis. You're not Prince. You're not Michael Jackson. You're nobody. You're a 1%er. You're a lonely old white man who doesn't have anything better to do with his time than whore hop YouTube. And that's just a spoken word. And the time you're spending jumping on panels and calling people up and name calling, you could have been out here trying to find your child. But see, the reason why you're doing this is the obvious. You know where your child is. You see, because there are lots of people right now have missing children, and they're not on YouTube, and they're not on people's panels. They have better things to do, like trying to find their child. And they're not picking up stray cats off the street to hang with, to smoke dope with, and get high, drunk. They got better things to do with their time, such as find their child. See, that's why we know that you did something to the baby, because you don't have anything better to do with your time. You've left 8 messages in the private chat. Ask me, do I care? I don't. Ask me, do I sleep well at night? I do. Ask me why your little girl likes coming in my dreams as of late. That's what you should be asking me, Donald. Why your child keeps coming in my dreams? Yeah, put that in the private chat. Why is your daughter trying to talk to the queen in her dream? Because she ain't been coming in my dreams. Don't you find that ironic? Yes. Poor little lamb. When will the lamb stop crying, Donald and Candy? That's the question. When will the lamb stop crying? See, you're not hurting nobody. I sleep well at night. That's why I keep trying to tell folks, Don and Candy are 1%ers. 10 billion people on the earth. 1%. Which means nothing. Sickos, wackos. People who are destitute. We will just sit and wait whose name you'll bring up next in something. Who will be the next victim? Who will be the next person to be a suspect? Because I think you all are running out of people. Honey, he don't want none of the queen. Queen don't play with children. Did they give up the parental rights? I don't know. Why don't we ask Don? He's trying to come up on the panel. Don, did you give up your kids? You and Candy? Because you two are in the good business of giving up babies. Y'all like giving up children. I've never seen anybody just keep giving up kids. Most people, they say, well, I made a mistake. Things didn't work out. They just don't go back. Keep having kids. They say, well, I got my freedom. I'm going to try to do something with my life. They don't go back and get pregnant. They don't go back and procreate to then years later get those kids taken. That makes no sense. This case is ridiculous. All these people coming up little by little. Well, I tell you what, Don Wells, and you want to talk to me, I'm not the one you should be trying to talk to. Why don't you call Dudley? I bet you won't call him. Go get in his inbox. I bet that's one white boy you won't get in his inbox. And he from the bayou too. It'd be a shame he shake a little salt at your door. How easy would that be? Because I told you accessible. It'd be nothing to go over there to that driveway and shake a little salt down there by that pavement, down there by that gravel. Put a little salt down there and dare you to step over it. Dudley's from the bayou, from what I was told. You do know about the bayou, don't you, Don? It's more than cornbread and gumbo going on in the bayou. You really are slow for a white boy. I must say, you are awfully slow. They do a lot of unsavory things in the bayou. My. Black and white. Let me make that clear. Black and white dabble in the hoodoo. So I tell you what, just keep on trying to talk to them YouTubers and cussing and fussing and name calling. Just keep it on. We won't be worrying about you much longer. How easy would it be to find a hoodoo lady? Ask her to make us a Don and Candy doll. And I'll leave it at that. And that's the Christian side of me talking. Because like they say, I don't have to believe in it, but somebody else believes in it. And that's good enough for them. Shake a little salt down by the driveway. You and Candy are fools. You're utter fools. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the information pertaining to the drug dealer. Should the name been released to the public? Was it right to release the name? I don't think that it was a good idea, but everybody's entitled to his or her opinion. It was not a good idea. Love you too, sweetheart. Thank you, sweetheart. They have no idea what would happen if they crossed the salt. No, they don't have no idea. That's why I keep trying to tell people, there are lots of people who do know things. Doesn't mean that people are going to believe in it. It doesn't mean that people will practice it. But you don't know what people know out here in the street. And these two think they are slick with these mind games they're playing about Summer Wells. But what they don't know is they're on borrowed time. They have just been lucky enough to still be walking around breathing for free. But nobody is oblivious to the bullshit except for somebody that has a like mind. Don't mention any YouTuber names in my chat, please. Yeah, anything could happen. You don't know anything about these people. H was put in the wrong position. Candy didn't have any business hanging with that kid. She didn't have no business talking to him. She didn't have no business picking him up. She didn't have no business doing nothing with him. He has no business even talking about what she does, don't do. He's a child. Candace said, I see Summer's face everywhere. Yep, I bet you do. Yeah, that's funny. Thank you, darling. Thank you all for your support. New subscribers. I'm almost at 11,000 subscribers. Hit the link, new subscribers. Come on now. I didn't have any plans on chit-chatting today. This was for you all to have a chance to give your opinion on the latest information. The interview should have never been done. He is a minor. They're only done by therapists privately with the police. Yes, I agree. That's true. A few minutes later, H mentioned a second A in a different manner and did not connect them. They are two different people. One, he knew the name of the other. He didn't know for sure. I don't know. Thank you, Smoky Mountain. Kinsley, why don't you hit the link? Are you working? Because I'm not trying to chit chat. This is for the chat. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, sweetheart. Rose Bly isn't alive. Go to bed, Don Wells. Not interested. Or is she alive? Somebody told me she's alive. You keep going in that back chat. I'll send somebody up there to pay you a visit. Well, thank you, Dolly. But, I have a sort, my voice comes and goes. So that's why I was wanting people to hit the link.
Hi, Queen. How are you?
I'm all right.
Well, I just wanted to, I was just curious what your take on this was, but why do you think that at this juncture in time that Chris McDonough put that out, the unedited version of this?
The point is, why did you talk to him anyway in the first place?
Well, that's correct too, but if you've watched it, I mean, look at his ma, she obviously let this go on. So, but now I'm just curious why at this juncture in time that he put this unedited version out.
I don't know. Why don't you just give me your opinion? I prefer that other people talk. I really don't want to give my opinion anymore about anything. I'm just exacerbated with this with these people. I'm exacerbated with everybody, quite frankly. So the point of this live is for you all to give your opinion. I would prefer to just listen if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, my opinion, I agree with you too. I believe that, having a minor come out and, not only is it a horrible situation to put him in, but also, his safety. And, that's what I don't understand about this whole interview, letting it out like that, because this child, for one thing, obviously we've seen that he hasn't been raised, in the best of ways. Mm-hmm. He's been put in situations with Candace that are heinous. Mm-hmm. He's basically come on and said, she gave him alcohol and cigarettes and whatnot, Mm-hmm. So my thing is, why would you put this out to, not only endanger this child, but also come out with this name of said person, mm-hmm. Because it's all alleged, So I just find it bizarre at this juncture in time.
Why don't you tell me why you think he did it?
Well, smoke out some more of the rats, I guess. I mean, there's obviously some reason,
But he didn't think about the safety of boy H.
No, I don't think he thought about that safety. Unless he's somewhere that he's in a safe place right now. But if he's at the crux of all this and he knows information that was on his phone, which we do not know, we don't have any receipts here, of course. Mm-hmm. Unless he's under some kind of safety right now, and that's why they're letting this out. Mm-hmm. To smoke out this alleged Andrew, whomever.
He's a child and children talk, so he's not safe anywhere. Unless he's underground and monitored where he is followed around all day and night. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. I just think that he might be under some kind of police protection. Mm-hmm. That's just how I feel about that situation. But yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. He probably shouldn't have been coming on. Obviously his mom didn't care. If you watch she's just, I mean, I don't like to be too rude to people, but she just didn't seem like she gave a damn.
Well, she
Yeah.
doesn't give a damn. See, this is the correlation I try to get everybody to understand when you are watching a story unfold, such as a true crime, because I do believe this is a crime.
Right.
Don't you find it interesting that all the people mirror one another? Actually, if you actually looked at everybody who's been immersed into the story, there might be one or two that actually don't live like the other participants in the story.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. Like,
Understand what I'm saying?
yes, like Robin,
Because there's
and
a
then
likeness. But what I'm saying is, there's a likeness with most of the people in the story. They either drink, get high, got high. It's all mirrored images of one another.
I agree with you.
And we already know that like minds tend to stay in drama.
Yeah, like minds think alike.
Yes. So people will say, well, no, this one ain't like this one. No, this one ain't like this one. Well, my thing is, I don't know who's like who because I don't know any of these people.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that you don't know who to trust because, one, you don't know the people. So you're just sitting here trying to decide who has the better version, likable version, similar version, a version close to my own lifestyle. Because you see, people judge a story according to how they were raised, how they were taught, their own vices, their own way of doing things.
It's just, I just thought it was just, I couldn't even believe how she sat there and he was saying, oh, she gave me the twisted tea and the vapes and all that. And his mom's just sitting there on the phone like, oh, this is a normal day. You know,
Excuse me. I'm laughing at Beverly. She says, if evil people could fly, 110 Big Hill would be an airport. I love it.
Come on up here, Beverly.
I love that. That is so funny.
Yeah, his mother, you know, and I guess his grandma just sitting there, you know, like it's normal for a 15-year-old child to be, you know, drinking alcohol and being on probation and all this crap.
Yes, yes. Anything else?
No, I just wanted to say I love your channel and I think you do a great job.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. You have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Kinsley, what do you have to say, sweetheart?
Well, good evening. Happy Friday.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for the support, man. How are you been?
I've been very busy, but well.
Yes, because you never, ever hit the link. I'm just like, what is going on with this lady?
Well, normally, like I told you the other day, I'm going through my nurse practitioner program. I'm almost done, so.
Okay. Because my other nurse, she's driving right now.
If you ain't saving lives, you're driving.
Yes, amen. And I want to thank you for the work that you do. Amen.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
What do you have to say? Let's start, since you haven't been up here speaking. So let's start with the first mess, which is Dudley.
Honestly, I don't think he's lying. Okay. I don't get that intuition from him. I did listen to that other gal that you sent us over, Sweetie Pie or whatever her name was. But I don't think he was lying. I didn't get that feeling from him. Okay. If they've already cleared him, you know, they've already looked into him very deeply.
Do you think he's cleared? Do you think he's cleared?
I do.
Okay.
I really do. You know, as you know, and I've said it quite a bit, my husband is a federal agent. Okay. And he has been for a very, very long time. This is all, it's all a joke. You know, like you have said a lot.
Is your husband around now?
He's at work.
Okay.
He, you know, and I talked to him a little bit about.
I wish I could talk to him.
I'm gonna have to hook you guys up. I know that I've said a little, you know, little pieces to you here and there about certain things.
Yeah. Well, just have him message me the way we know how, and then one day I'll bring him up on the because nobody knows who he is, and I don't know who he is, and he can just give his opinion from a legal standpoint of working, as a law
Yeah,
speaker.
I think that, you know,
because I'm tired. I'm tired of regular people talking. It's not to be rude, but I don't want to hear anything else too many regular people got to say, because right now all I'm getting is just a bunch of gossip and crazy ass parents that don't got nothing better to do with their time. I'd rather talk to somebody that's been in the business, know about crime, have had experience with crime and sociopaths to give their legal opinion.
I will tell you this, just from like me talking to him
Yeah.
about this, because he knows, like, I listen to you when I'm at home, before I go to bed, if I'm doing laundry. He kind of calls me crazy. But he told me the other day, he said, you know, nobody realizes or thinks about it. Do you really know how many other agencies are really involved in this? You know, people are saying, oh, TBI, Hawkins County, the city police. There is so many other agencies that are knee deep in this.
So is he speaking from his assumptions, or he has got knowledge?
From what he knows.
What he knows. Okay, that's fine.
He did tell me that all this rhetoric and bullshit, gossip, the feds, the real feds, they watch this. They watch it very, very closely.
But that's what Hawkins County Sheriff said. That even though they don't want anyone participating in the case and immersing themselves with, you know, all these old fake ass phone calls and calling, you know, TBI with all this old junk stuff, they are watching the case. And that makes sense to watch it because
YouTube. This is their bread and butter, he said. They get so much information about all kinds of stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And the thing that people fail to realize about TV, news, and now social media, because you can add it on with news, is that the killers are also watching social media. Just like before there was social media, it was the news, right?
All day long.
The killer watches the news. He has to watch the news. She has to watch the news because they need to know what's being revealed, what's being said, how many updates there are, who's talking,
They're
who's giving information.
2 steps ahead. They need to stay 2 steps ahead.
Exactly. So just like the killer watches the news, the killer likes jumping on panels.
All day long.
The killer likes being in the chat. The killer likes being on Facebook. Did somebody hear that? Yeah, I said that. There he is. There's
a joke.
Hold on. Keep talking, sweetie.
He
I saw you. He's just trying to come up here. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead and finish.
I lost my train of thought there for a second. What the hell was I gonna say? Oh,
talking about the law officials that they're paying attention, that they're watching.
He and I were actually sitting down watching that interview because I was telling him that, you know, Chris McDonough, forgive me for saying his name, you know, spoke to the young boy. And he said, shame on him. He knew better.
Yeah, Chris, I told people that. And a lot of people disagree. You know, I didn't weigh hard on Chris McDonough months before because everybody kept bragging about him, just like everybody was doing with these other nuts with the Cal City case. You just get beside yourself and get so excited because somebody immerses herself that seems like they know what they're talking about. But I knew better that he knew better. You are law enforcement, and you knew you should not have had him talking. He's a walkie-talkie, that kid.
Look, let's keep it all the way real. The 15-year-old child has not been cleared. He has not been cleared. That let's just keep it all the way 100. That boy has not been cleared.
Wow, interesting.
Okay, so therefore he talked to a minor child about an open investigation. Do not think for a moment that he is not being looked into.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I want to make sure that that you talk to your husband. Oh, she's fell off. Well, Kinsley, tell your husband to call me. He knows how to contact me. So I want to hear what he has to say. I really do. I got 261 in the room. Thank you all so much for following the content. If you want to donate to the channel, $Big Angie, 129 Cash App, Thank you all so much for the support and love. I'm almost at 11,000 subscribers. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Mr. AB, who shares the content on his channel. And thank you all for just helping the dream. I really appreciate it. I thank you so very much. If you are new to this channel, I would like for you to hit the link because I want to give people a chance to speak who never speak. Okay, she's coming back up. Okay. I like to give people who never talk, because it's only fair to people that've never spoken before get a chance to give their opinion pertaining to the latest developments and the things that's been going on. What else you want to tell me, Kinsley?
Honestly, I'm at a loss for words. I do.
Did your husband? Well, let me ask you this: did you ask your husband who he thinks hurt the child, or his scenario, what he thinks about what happened to Summer Wells?
So he told me that, in his opinion, the mother did it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the social worker said to me too last month.
He said his gut in his
a state social worker. Let me make that clear. A real social worker that works for the Department of Tennessee Human Services told me she believes Candy's all the way.
And
suspect number one.
He's so stupid that he went along with her plan.
Mm-hmm. So what you think, it was deliberate? Your husband thinks it was deliberate?
He thinks it was definitely premeditated.
Premeditated, okay.
Definitely planned out.
Okay. So not no accident.
No. An accident, it doesn't matter. You'd call in, oh my goodness, something happened.
That's what I just said to people. Stop saying that, because it sounds ridiculous to say it was an accident, but yet you're going to go bury your child or knock your child off somewhere, throw your child off, discard your child from an accident. Who discards their child off from an accident? You wouldn't want somebody to just go dump your ass off in the damn woods somewhere because you fell down a flight of stairs or you broke your neck using a car wreck. Somebody just pick you up out the car. Hey, let's just go dump this body off. They ain't important. We ain't gonna take them to the hospital to see if we can save their life, preserve their life. It's crazy.
No, and those boys, they gave those boys up. They surrendered them.
Oh, you believe that too?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Tell me why. Tell me why you believe that.
Tell me this.
Okay.
Why in the hell, why in God's green earth would the state of Tennessee leave those kids in the house for 6 weeks?
That's what I've been telling people. Yes, I've been writing that. Oh, man. Tell me what you think, because that's what I wrote so much on the live before last. Is that make me understand how you all can just keep saying that CPS was involved when you know CPS 9 times out of 10 was called on the 15th. So why would I be investigating you and leave 3 children with you and a whole baby is missing, and I was investigating you already?
Not only you live in a freaking shithole.
Oh, damn.
You have scaffolding for stairs. Your children don't have clothes that fit them. Your kids have missing.
Oh, I noticed that too, Kinsley. I saw a picture the other day, and it's a picture I've already seen of Candy, Don, and the kids. Their clothes were so big. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why are these babies wearing these big clothes?
There's Walmart. There's Goodwill. There's
Man, I could just take all 3 of their fucking heads and slam them together.
Yeah.
3 stooges.
For somebody that had a missing child, let's say day 2 or 3, and you already have a wish list, like you want tablets for your children, what the fuck is wrong with you upstairs? If my child was missing, I would not be asking for a tablet or passes to a water park or all the other shit.
But think about this, Kinsley. This is how I know that this June 15th was orchestrated. Just from the basic things said to Boy H, and her basically saying he only got a few things out of order. Why would I take my child to a nasty swim hole where they could get their eye poked out, arm poked, to then dress them up in pants and a zip-up jacket to go to a water park where it's almost 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, I call bullshit.
You were just at a swim hole, but now you're going to go to a water park that's swankier, got more entertainment for children.
With
that
what
doesn't make
child?
logical sense.
What about the other kids? You were just going to take her?
Yeah, I know.
No, something. I'm telling you, I don't believe it's going to be too much longer. Now, my husband says, you know, he said, I'm going to tell you things without telling you things because I can get you in trouble. You know, I can get in trouble. But
yeah, we know that. Somebody's in the chat already worrying about that, but you all don't need to be worrying about that because you don't know who she is. Her name isn't real, so it don't even matter what she's saying.
That's not my name. My name is not Kinsley.
Go ahead.
That is not my last name. My husband said.
Well, he's not involved in the case. It doesn't matter. He's giving his opinion.
My husband's opinion is that there has not been an arrest because they're waiting for them to slip. At some point, with all of these people that they're speaking to on YouTube, it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen. So let me ask you this.
Did you ask your husband if he thinks they have evidence back yet pertaining to devices and things like that?
Yes.
So he thinks there's something.
Yes, they've already got cell tower records. They got GPS from grandma's truck. They got what they need. They just don't got a body.
Okay.
They got what they need. They've got text messages. He said that more than likely they went back years. 2 to 4 years. Oh, wow,
really? You think so?
2 to 4 years.
Okay. 2 to 4 years. That's
it's a very random number, he said.
Yeah, because I was going to say that. That's strange.
They look for a whole lot more than what we think they look for.
Okay.
He said, don't think for a minute that they haven't looked on their devices to see if they were traveling back roads ever. 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, 12 months ago, 18 months ago. Were they already plotting it? Were they already looking for a location?
Okay. I got you.
It's all in timing.
Okay.
But he believes it's coming, and they're hoping that they're going to slip. But they definitely have their cell tower information, all the device information, GPS information. They've done have that. You can get text message. It depends on the carrier, he said. Now, some carriers will give it up within like 48 hours without a warrant. Others make you get a warrant, and they have 30 days or 45 days or some crazy number. But he said, considering it, she was a very small child, it probably wasn't that long.
What do you mean? What wasn't that long?
Getting the phone information back.
So you think they put a rush on it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what I told the chat the other night. I said, don't think law officials can't ask for there to be a rush on the devices, the lab work, anything that they found, anything they took out of the house, because they can. They can always say, can you put this before this?
Most definitely. And he said, I'm very surprised there hasn't been a lot of information in regards to forensics on the vehicle. Did they, illuminol the truck or whatever that they were driving in?
Yeah.
Did they illuminol the Subaru?
Yeah.
That he said, I haven't heard. That's what he told me. So I'm assuming that he's talked to his people.
Okay.
But he goes, I haven't heard that. I said, well, maybe they don't think that, there's any actual decomp in, the car or the truck or what have you that they're gonna.
You see how that went with Casey. You see how that went with Casey Anthony.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Very sad.
I honestly think that Candace probably watched a lot of that. I think that bitch has really done a lot of
You're killing me.
On how she can get away with this crap.
Well, she's doing good to get 6 months, her and Don.
Well, someone needs to beat the shit out of her and pull her false teeth out because she looks ridiculous.
I can't. Please stop. I can't.
I mean, she looks worse than Shrek. Let's just keep it real.
Well, you know, my thing is, every dog has its day, and it's only a matter of time.
Coming real soon.
Exactly. And those two are going to be sick. If he thought he stayed out of prison for a little while, just imagine having to carry your ass back in that hole. Just imagine that.
He's a sick puppy. He's a sick. You know what? I really truly wonder, are they even married? Are they?
Some say that they're not. I don't know, honey.
I don't think
I don't know if they're married or not. I don't even know.
Something tells me they're not married. And I don't know why I think that, but she don't give me that visual impression.
Of what?
Just, I don't know. She just seems like she's too stupid to know to put a ring on it. I don't know. I just don't.
Well, this is what I was thinking about when that question came up the other night in the chat. You told somebody you've been with Don 14 years or whatever. Well, my thing is, why would it take you all these kids to finally get married if you're holding Summer in that picture as a baby, a toddler, and you finally married him? Why he didn't marry you before you started having children with him? Why would you wait over 10 years to marry somebody?
Yeah.
I thought that was
make sense. It don't make any sense.
Yeah, she's a younger woman. You like a younger woman. You chose her. She chose him. So what was the problem with deciding on one day, hey, I like this chick. Hey, I want to marry her. Why would you have all these children with her and just be a baby daddy?
I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
It's crazy.
You wouldn't see me doing that.
Weird ass people.
I don't know. In the fact that didn't she make a comment somewhere or read something or said something on someone's live about it's too far to go see her children?
That's what I heard. That's what that friend said, that Jenna girl said, that she was acting like she didn't want to drive to see the children.
That's because she gave them up.
Mm-hmm.
She handed them over. Here you go. Take them.
So you think she's making that up to the Jenna lady? She didn't tell the Jenna lady the truth that, hey, we forfeit our rights to the children.
Would you?
No,
I would never tell somebody.
Well, my thing is, if you're a liar, if you'll lie about an abduction, you'll lie about anything. So that's the thing about these two. That's all they've been doing is lying. So you can't think that they'll tell you the truth about this and then tell you a lie about this. 9 times out of 10, they ain't told you the truth about much of nothing. Much of nothing. And nobody's going to tell you that, yeah, you're right. I gave my kids up because they already know that people know about their other sets of children that they gave up and they messed up. So hell no, they ain't going to tell you, oh yeah, I got a whole baby missing. And oh, by the way, I let them other 3, I willingly gave them over to the state. I don't know. But the weird thing is, like Rag said the other night, if she did give them over to the state, why did they have a court date shortly after that? Why would you need a court date if you gave your kids up to the state?
I'm thinking it's possibly sealed. You know what I mean? Not just sealed as in they're minors and it's in family court, but like sealed off the record.
Oh, well, because of the gag order, that would be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. And because of like how high profile this has become and all these, crazy creators that will just make a mockery of it. They'll take that info and run. So that's just my opinion.
Well, that's the thing about this whole story is that you don't know what to believe because there's no way I believe the abduction scenario. So anything else after that is null and void to me. I'm not going to believe anything they have to say about anything.
No, me either.
They're stoic when they speak. They talk like zombies during interviews. It's atrocious. It is absolutely atrocious, these two. I mean, it is absolutely sad. Very, very sad. Pathetic. I don't want to say sad. It's sad
It's
the child is gone,
disgusting.
but their behavior, yes, it's disgusting and it's atrocious, their behavior. And they don't act like people who care about their children, period. Living and or missing, deceased. They don't care because they never care. That's why they do what they're doing. That's what people don't seem to understand about Don and Candy. This is who they are. They were this way before the children went missing, before the children got in the state's care. They're misfits. They don't give a fuck. They're street people. I see people like this all the time. I don't look at them. I don't hold a conversation. People like this, you can't get nothing out of me. I'm not getting ready to talk to you. I'm not going to talk to you long. You might speak to me in the grocery store, but you start all that whack talk. I don't want to talk to you because I know you don't care about nothing. Just like somebody was saying about the girl who went to the grocery store to talk to the people that worked there at the grocery store, and they said she was in there drunk or something, and came in there drunk shortly after the baby went missing. Who the hell gonna go back into the same damn store where you were last seen with your mother, and you gonna go in there drunk? Now I don't know if that's true or not. It wouldn't shock me if it was.
At this point, nothing can shock you.
Exactly.
Anything that they say or do is it. At this point, can we even go do that awe face and be in shock? We can't because they're so stupid. We expect it at this point.
Girl, you a trip. That's sad. They're just, I mean, there's no word in the dictionary for these two.
Nope, none.
You need a new social media dictionary.
Right.
And the thing is, they don't have to be this way. They didn't have to turn out like this. They don't have to act like this. They don't have to carry themselves like this. They could choose to be better people if they wanted to, but they don't want anything. And that's what I try to tell people, is that there are a lot of Dons and Candies out here that act just the same. They're white, they're black, they're Hispanic, they're Jewish, they're Arab. They're just like them. They're just like them. They don't give a damn about nothing. All they want to do is get high and drunk and turned up, get into drama, fall out with people, accuse people of stuff. And if you've noticed people like them, they're always entangled in bullshit with people. They always got some drama going on with the neighbors, this person. They got drama at the job. They got drama with the neighbors. They got drama at the Piggly Wiggly. They got drama everywhere. They got drama with their family. It's always chaos. Everywhere they go, it's a problem. If those two right now picked up, moved to Utah, California, they have some bullshit going on with their neighbors. They'd be in something.
All day long.
Yeah,
but I'm going to jump down right now.
That's fine. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much, honey. Bless you. Have a great weekend, okay? Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, honey. Love you too. Well, that's one of my Ma's. Amen. God is good. I'm a little over an hour in. I want to thank Kinsley for that information because I really wanted to talk to somebody in law official that, that's been dealing with true crime cases, the demeanor of suspects, who's the usual suspect, unusual suspect, suspects, plural. You can't put anything past anybody. And sometimes the person that you think wouldn't do something would, because you don't know people. But with this group here, my goodness, no way I think they're innocent. And that's just how I feel about the situation. Because their behavior is asinine to not be involved. And that's just how I feel about it. Oh my gosh. Hey, Juice said, puppy hugging. It's sickening. Hugging a puppy. Where is your baby? Why don't you hug on Summer? That's who you should have been hugging on. Matter of fact, Candy, you should have been hugging on Summer June 15th, and we wouldn't be talking about you. You or your stupid husband. And your nonchalant mama. That's why I know you all did something. Because you don't act like you care. You can't say you care and love somebody when you show in the world you don't. You're too busy all up in other people's inboxes and YouTube channels. You motherfuckers would lose your mind right now if YouTube was to shut down. You go out there and walk out in the middle of fucking 110 Ben Hill Circle and kill your damn self. Just get hit by a fucking car. Oh my God. Oh, there's no more YouTube. They cut it out. Oh, they shut it down. Jesus help us. There's no more YouTube. I wouldn't give a damn now to shut damn YouTube down. Give it a damn break. Oh my God. I can't log in. I can't. Oh, help me, Candy. I can't log into YouTube. Help me, somebody. I can't log into YouTube. Something's wrong with my cell phone. Carry your ass out in the middle of that damn road and stand in front of a Mack truck already. I'm serious, both of you. I'm sick of both of you. And take your funky ass mama, take her ass out there in the middle of the road too. I'll pay somebody. Mow all three of you down, God forgive me. Because you did something to that little girl. You did something to that kid, man. And you're sitting up here with this bullshit. Tell us where that baby is. Tell us where she is. Stop all this buffoonery and tell the truth. I don't even know how you go to bed at night, sleep at night, knowing you did something to that kid, man. And y'all sit up there whispering up in that damn broke down ass shed you living in, talking in tongues to yourself, whispering to one another. You think they believe us, Don?
You know they don't, Candy. You talk too much. You shouldn't have never said anything. Well, you should have never involved Boy H.
Well, I had to have somebody to see us out and about. It would have never worked. It had never worked without him, Don. Jesus. Somebody bring me a sledgehammer already. Sickening. Sickening. Jesse, they look at each other just fine. Humpty Dumpty. That's all Candy is. A fucking egg on a damn stick. She got a square ass back with little legs. Disgusting. Make me want to throw up. To the puppy. Please, Jax. Please, I can't. I can't do that. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to this Andy character. What's the truth about the text messages? As I said, in the end, it doesn't even really matter, does it? Who Andy is, if he's a drug dealer. I mean, is it going to matter? It's not going to matter. Who's involved? Who ain't? You're never going to get the truth. Yeah, it's Humpty Dumpty. You're never going to get the truth. Not now, not never. And it's just disgusting, man. Oh, my God. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to... Oh, man. 13 deleted text messages. Who's Andy? Did Andy aid in the disappearance of Summer Wells? Will the real Andy stand up? Oh, Lord have mercy. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. I love you. You are awesome.
Thank you. Where you calling me from, Kaylin?
I'm calling from Illinois, but I was
Yay! How far are you from Chicago, ma'am?
Thank you. But I was in Tennessee for 20 years.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yep, I lived in a little town just not far from where all this is going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I can relate with everything you're saying, dear. Most of these people have no clue what the hollers and the backwoods and all of that is about.
No, they don't know what it's about.
They do not. They when I moved there from Illinois, I'm gonna tell you what, I think I stood the first 3 years with my mouth open because I was just dumbfounded because I just could not believe it was happening. Mm-hmm. I was just like, oh my gosh.
What was it? So what was it about the backwood life that made you have your mouth open?
Oh, the incest, the stupidity, the backwoods thinking, the racist. I lived in a town that if a black person would drive through it because they had like a rural state road that went through, and they would stop at the Walmarts and then walk in, they would just stare at these poor people like they were aliens and were just so rude to them. And of course, I'm from the Chicago area. Okay. And, I'm standing there in the line talking to them, kidding around like, we would at home. And, they're comfortable. And these backwood peoples are looking at me like, how dare you even, stand near him, the way they treat their children, the way they keep house, the way, it's just, their backwoods thinking. I think that's mostly got me, was just the way that they think normal stuff is right. That is totally backwards,
So let me ask you something. What do you think about, I'm going to ask you about what happened the other day because you haven't been up here. And then we're going to go into the deleted text, the Andy, the this and the that. First, let's start with Dudley. What do you think of Dudley?
Just like the rest of them, I think he is backwoods also. I don't think he has anything involved in it. I really don't. I think he was just a backwoods good old guy that.
So do you believe what he said? Do you believe what he said about Don Wells?
Oh, totally. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, totally.
So you don't think he lied and fabricated anything?
Oh, no, I don't think he did, especially the way he fluently talked from living there and listening to how they do talk. You can tell the ones that are fabricating. You can tell the way that ones that are just telling you the way it is, and that's the way they do talk. They tell you how it is,
Yes.
The good old boys, they'll tell you how it is, and they'll fluently talk. They talk slowly. They talk where they kind of think a little, but you can tell the difference when they're thinking about exactly how they went, thinking of what can I say. Totally different than the way Candace and Dawn talk.
Okay.
They're thinking, they're trying to keep up. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Where not like the good old boys where they just kind of and they got the drawl and all that in their talk.
Okay. So what do you think about now Chris Madonna uploading content to Patreon and now YouTube, the unedited version? What do you think about him now?
But I also agree with you that I don't think Chris should have did this interview with this child. Okay. But I don't believe as innocent, as he is pertaining to be. Definitely not. I believe him.
Slow down. Kaylee, slow down. You don't think what now? As I can't hear.
Again, he should have.
You think he should or
honestly,
he shouldn't
especially
have?
in this. But I do kind of get a feeling too that I personally didn't see no difference between the uncut version and the version that he actually played. But
You're breaking up. I can't hear you. You said you agree with what he did in the interview,
okay,
or you don't agree?
I'm not really seeing no difference from the first video
Okay.
that I seen of it and this one. So I mean, there might have been a few things in there that I don't think he should have posted it.
Okay. Do you think he should have interviewed the child? You said no or yes.
But I think he posted to show you how, if you listen closely to this interview with Hunter, you can tell Hunter's telling a lot of lies. The whole family is. And I think
you think Hunter lied?
Kind of mainly putting it out there.
Yeah, you're breaking up. I'm having a hard time hearing you. So you don't believe anything Hunter
agree
said?
with the interview.
You don't agree?
I don't agree that he should have put the interview out there on YouTube.
I got you.
I do understand how I think Chris did this interview and was trying to show people the flaws in the interview. If you listen closely to Hunter and Allie, you can hear a lot of lies.
Okay.
No. No. No matter if he's involved or not, no, I don't think he should. He should have, no. I think he should have kept Hunter out of it totally.
Okay.
If he wanted to interview him, do it personally and in private, and then. Oh yeah, I think Hunter's saying. Yeah, a lot of lies. Yeah.
Okay. Just saying, how are you?
I'm doing good every day. How are you?
I'm good. Let's start with Dudley. Do you believe what Dudley had to say about Don Wells?
I don't believe what anybody's got to say.
Oh, wow.
I think they're all a bunch of damn liars.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, now serious.
I believe I need some tea on that one. Lord Jesus, she's right to the point. Okay. Tell me why, ma'am.
Well, we know Candace and Don are a bunch of liars. They've done something with that little girl. I know they've done something with her. Okay. Anybody's got a look of sense knows they're a bunch of druggies and drunks and never cared about those kids. Look at the way they're dressed. Okay. Look at the way the house is. Okay. Look at the way they act all over social media. Who gets on social media and acts that way when their kid's missing? Who never goes out and searches? Who doesn't hang up one flyer? They didn't care nothing about that kid. They never cared about her.
Okay.
And they don't care about her today.
Okay.
They're acting stupid. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of all of them.
So you
I really don't.
Nothing Dudley said about his relationship with Don with the money.
Why did Dudley wait 7 months to come out and say something? I mean, he had plenty of time. You know, he waits till now. Why? Okay. Well, is he getting clean? I don't know.
Okay. 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 So
what do you think? Do you believe him?
Well, my thing is, we've seen in the past with people wait till the most inopportune time to start running their mouth about stuff. You know, we've seen this all the time, especially about the cases with children. Everybody comes out later to the news to say, yeah, he was beating the baby, and yeah, she like that kid about that little it's about that little white girl.
That girl that's been missing 2 years.
Uncle, yeah. So now the uncle want to start saying, yeah, I did see him abused. Well, hell, it's a little too late now.
Harmony Montgomery, where the hell were you 2 years ago?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So people do it all the time. Whatever the reasons are, hey, who the hell knows? But people do it. But let's go to Chris then. Do you believe it was right for him to interview Boy H?
No. He had no damn business doing that.
Do you think Boy H... Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Ask your question.
Do you think Boy H told the truth?
I think he told some of the truth.
Okay. Now, he's uploaded the information to Patreon and now his YouTube channel with the entire interview with the name of the drug dealer release. Do you think he should have done that?
I don't think he ever had any business putting it on Patreon, much less putting it out for the public.
Okay.
I can understand. I mean, first of all, I don't think he should have ever interviewed the kid
In the first
anyway.
place, yes. Okay.
He is ex-law enforcement. He's got no business in it. It's just for his own views on YouTube. Okay. That's all it was.
Okay.
And I understand, maybe he got some information, but I don't think he got anything the TBI and Hawkins County couldn't have got by themselves. Okay. And I know that he gave them that whole interview, but I think you're right in what I've heard you say on some of your other lives. They put that child in danger, and he is a child.
Yes, he is a child.
And they had no damn business doing it. And there's no telling what could happen. I mean, I don't care if he is in protective custody, wherever he is, his family is still there in Kingsport.
Exactly.
The mother, the sister, people just, I mean, my God,
people don't
see it every day, drive-by shooting, who cares?
Yeah. You see how you see how eager he was to talk? That's what led me to think that he probably was telling the truth, because he was eager to talk and he didn't care, but he wasn't thinking either. Like, man, I probably put my foot in my mouth by telling that guy's name.
He's
even telling some of the stuff about Candy, because who's to say she didn't try to come back and pick him up to do something to him? See, you don't know these people.
He's 15 years old. He's trying to make an impression. I mean, that's what a 15-year-old's going to do, and did he spice it up a little bit? Maybe.
Yes.
But Allie's got no damn business letting that kid around that woman. First of all, they all hung out together. She knew her for a year and a half. She was practically living at Candace's house. Now she's going to act like she's better than her. No.
You know what I want to know about that? To this day, this is why I know there's just a whole lot more to this whole circle of friends. Why were you there? But why were you staying there? How long were you staying there? Did you have your own place to live? Where was your mother living? See, there's something about that whole story that's off. You have never to this day got the whole story of why Allie was staying there. Were you just spending the night, or were you actually living there at the time when Jose was there? How did she get hooked up with Jose when her baby daddy brought Jose here? See, all that stuff makes no sense to me.
She was there with Jose in that house. I mean, there's pictures of it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, why though? Why was she staying at Candace's house? Nobody has ever said.
Well, birds of a feather flock together.
Because that's what I'm saying. Was it just overnight? Hey, I'm going to come.
No, I don't think. I think they were constantly together, and I think they were probably drinking and doing drugs together. I don't think that Allie is innocent.
It's quick, we're here to listen and people talk bad about Candy and Don being dope fiends. I always wondered that about Allie when I sat there and watched the interview the other day. I often wondered, well, Allie, did you ever get high?
Oh, hell yeah. She's just as guilty as the rest of them.
Okay.
I mean, I mean, that's how I feel about it. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But, I mean, her whole thing is just right now she's just mad at Candace because evidently they had a falling out over that stupid guy.
Oh, that
stupid piece of trash.
Okay.
Stupid piece of trash that they both wanted.
And that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking.
And that's when Dawn was out in Utah. That's when she was hanging out there all the time, is when Dawn was in Utah. See, all that stopped when he come back.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was gone for months. And Allie and her, best buds. That's all I can say.
Right. Well, do you think Allie and Candace had something going on?
No, I think Candace had something for teenage boys. That's what I think.
Oh, Lord.
Because they're always around in her pictures, and it's not always been Hunter.
Okay.
It's been others as well.
Okay.
Do you think they had something going on?
I don't know. That's one subject matter. I just
Man, that'd be something.
never,
Don't even,
I
don't
never
even,
even
please,
think
dear
about it.
God in heaven, don't put that idea in my head. I
Well,
will
that's why I
never
said that's why I
sleep.
never wanted to even go down that road because it was
I'll
something
not
I
sleep
just
for
didn't want to think.
months.
But
Lord
her
have mercy.
conversations and social media and text messages were vulgar, and it's just not a way to talk to a child.
No,
You don't talk
no,
to a child like that. You want to
no.
talk to a guy friend that way about
Mm.
sexual things. That's
She's
what grown
totally
people do.
inappropriate. She's
Yeah, very
inappropriate
inappropriate.
with everything she tells them,
Yeah, but
everything she says,
she's a
whether
child
it's
herself. She has a
of
childlike
course.
mind herself. That's why she gravitated towards being this buddy, auntie, big sister, whatever the role was she was playing with Boy H. She didn't know her role.
I've often wondered if Candace isn't mentally delayed, and I'm
Oh, I'm
saying
sure
that in
she
a
is.
nice,
I'm
saying
sure
that in a nice way
that's the
because
reason why that's why she could gravitate towards Boy H and have that type of conversation. She felt like it was okay. A grown woman knows better than to talk to her child, child, her friend's child like that. That's a child.
I'm an RN, and she seems mentally delayed to me. She
Okay.
does.
Okay.
She definitely seems mentally delayed.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think possibly the child also has mental developmental issues? Mental issues.
Summer?
Physical and mental.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I say that because she did not speak very much at all. I heard Summer speak one time, and everything I've ever seen, I heard her squeal a lot, and make noises, but actual words coming out of her mouth at 5 years old should have been so much more than what we see. And I think that honestly, some of that may have been on purpose for whatever reason the parents had.
Right.
And I'm not going to say any more than that, but if you don't talk, you can't talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's sad. That's sad. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff, but I saw no books in Summer's life.
Okay.
Most kids get read to at night. You teach them their ABCs. I didn't see any of that in her life, not at all. I think she had a sad little life.
Yes.
And it makes me want to cry. It really does. For what she possibly went through.
Yeah.
What we know and all the things we don't know.
Right.
Are just piled up on top of everything, and I really honestly I'd like to believe that she's alive, but I don't.
Yeah, and I was getting ready to ask you that. Okay, well, let me ask you, what do you think happened?
I think it can only be one of two things. She didn't wander away, and I don't think she was abducted. They either sold her or it was a terrible accident, either accidentally or on purpose.
Okay.
I don't know which. None of us know. I mean, I hope to God that one of them breaks.
Yes.
That one of them makes a mistake. That's all we can hope for, because otherwise, it's just everybody's opinion. And like you said, next thing you know, the mothership has come down and taken her. What else can they throw on the pile? What? Well,
I needed that laugh. Lord have mercy, I'm dead.
Well,
girl, I mean,
it's about
the mothership.
the truth.
Lord Jesus.
The mothership.
Oh, I'm dead.
Well,
Nana. Oh, Lord mercy.
The mothership. I mean, that's about what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that just poof, she vanished into thin air. Ain't that what they do? They beam them up. I mean, hell, they might as well say,
I'm dead. Lord.
Might as well say,
what
they
do you have
coming
to say? Oh, Jesus, I'm dead. Kaylee? Kaylee. I don't know. I don't know what Kaylee's doing.
I'm going to go and let somebody else talk,
God.
okay?
That's funny.
Okay. Thank you, just saying.
Thank you very much.
Anytime, baby. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Kaylee? Kaylee's in her own world. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Oh my God. Yes.
Are you going to talk, dear? You just muting your microphone.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. I can. Lord, Dee Dee,
What?
please. Kaylee, honey, we're waiting on you to say something, dear. Hit the link if you have something you want to say pertaining to this ordeal, this other shenanigans that's been going on. And I'm just telling you, this evening, what I've seen tonight in the queue with certain people, I'm just like, just no words. I've just never seen such a sad world of people. Every day, I'm serious. I walk through life and I just look at people and I just shake my head like, how are you breathing? Just how are you breathing? Nobody can say that God is not kind, because there's just certain people that I just don't understand how they're just breathing. The stuff they're doing and saying all day, just random people, not even just YouTube, just people in general, just the fuckery that people do. And those are usually the ones who cry the loudest. Woe is me. Why is everybody coming down on me? Why is everybody bothering me? They don't like me. Damn, you don't like yourself. Just crazy nonsense. I've just never seen such unhappy people in all my life. It needs to be the same people. Swear for God. Oh, yes, I'm happy. I've got a great life. No, you don't. No, you don't. I've just never seen so many miserable people that thrive on attention and need validation, every waking minute. It's like, what do you do in your spare time? Do you read a book? Do you go hiking? Do you take a jog? Do you work out? Do you go to Starbucks, get a coffee? Do you go window shopping? Do you do something besides look for attention? Because I'm seeing this more and more with people in general. They're always doing stuff for attention, needing attention. And that shows to me and the world that you're not happy with yourself. You can't be happy with yourself when you need validation every waking minute. You have to be the center of attention. You got to have all eyes on you. But then you'll be the first one crying when shit don't go your way, that people are, dousing you with gasoline. They're mean to you. They're cruel to you. They're making fun of you. They're bullying you. Well, maybe you should stay out of the way. Take a day off. Go find yourself. Seriously, go soul searching and look in the mirror and say, there's some things about myself I need to work on, because I'm needing validation all the time. I got to have all eyes on me. I got to have attention. That's when there's something wrong with you. And this case is probably like a lot of other cases where the bio donors are very miserable people. They've never been important. They've never done anything substantial with their life. And they're getting it by the attention that the child is bringing, such as a missing child, and the narrative that they're spinning. And they're thriving off of that. And they're living off of that. This case is giving these whales air in their lungs. The air they never had before. The substance they never had before. The validation they never had before. They're getting that now from social media. It's just sad. Thank you, Kinsley. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. God bless you. Love you, baby. It's just sad. Hug a puppy. Yeah. But we know in the end, the puppy is just a crutch. Like the church, like the cell phone, like TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Messenger, fake YouTube friends. It's all the same. Fake friends, acquaintances. They're all crutches. They're a means to an end. There's no genuine friendship. There's no real camaraderie. There's no love. There's no nothing. Something to do at that time. And that's what sociopaths do. They use people. They pretend to be human. And they walk around putting on their clothes, shoes, hat, walking around, la-di-da. But deep down inside, they have no fucking use for you. They don't really like you. You're a means to an end. You're a way to get by. A prop. Exactly. And that's what's going on out there in Hollerville. Two lonely vessels manipulating and conning people, using each other, procreating, pushing out babies to only have the state pick up the slack along the way. This is all they know. This is all they've done. And sadly, Summers had to pay the price for bad parents. She deserved way better than what she got. And her brothers too. And I feel sorry for those kids. Because they have got to try to make a way in the world without these two buffoons. And we have to pray they get everything they need so they can eventually become decent adults. Yeah, sadly, that's the truth. They're worthless. And we are not supposed to judge. We hear that all the time, but we're human. That's the whole point. That's why we're of the flesh. And that's why I would have never given people social media a reason to judge me. I would have never put myself out there the way these people have. I would have never done that. I would have never done that. Because you can't get mad at what people are saying and you put yourself in this situation and then you constantly kept going back in for more. You like this type of drama. You thrive on this type of drama because you are drama. You get a kick out of this because this is who you are. This is how you have lived your life. So this is why I keep telling the fans, Don and Candy have been doing this their entire lives. This is nothing new to them. They've always had drama. They've always stayed in drama because they are drama. D&D, more or less. Drama and drama. They don't know anything else. And there's many people in the world just like them, that they wake up. It's always something. I know somebody right now, every time you talk to this person, it's the same bullshit every time she opens her mouth. It's the same chaos. Same people she's feuding with. Same he said, she said. I told somebody about it tonight. I said, the only thing I don't really like about this person is every time you talk to her, it's the same bullshit. She can't just say, hey, how you doing? How's your day? How's your weekend? It's always, let me tell you what they said. Let me tell you what they did. Girl, they went did that. It's like a fucking out of control typewriter. It's the same thing all the time. It's like, how do you have a story about the same people every fucking week? So at some point, one would say she has to like the drama. Because one minute you're feeling sorry for her, thinking, oh, these people don't like her, they're picking on her. But then at some point, you have to ask yourself, well, is she part of the problem? She's got a story every week with the same people. And then those people, they're always into it with somebody every week, fussing and fighting with strangers. So that makes me think all you MFs are the same. But that's the reason why y'all don't get along. It's the reason why all of you keep fighting each other, fighting different people, because you're all alike. And that reminds me of this mess here with the Wells. They're drama, and the people that they're hanging with are drama. The people they're attracting are drama. And it's just a vicious cycle that won't stop. Yeah, every day. And it's sad because at some point, everybody needs a break from he said, she said, gossip, Pookie said, Ray Ray said, Bubba said, damn, bring me some good news. You know, tell me you had a good day today, not what Ray Ray said. I hate that shit. I can't stand it. Every day, something negative. It gets so old. It gets old. Exactly. They love it. And you'd have to love it at some point. Because it can't be drama every time you go around people. And I do believe sometimes you can be a really decent person and attract drama. Because I think a lot of people who are dramified, they can see when people are genuinely happy people. And they like themselves and they feel good about themselves. And they don't like that. So they'll come cozy up to you. And then next thing you know, they'll bring the bang. The he said and the she said. And wrapping you up in their drama. The next thing you know, you got people falling out with you. And you don't know anything about the problem. You ain't done nothing to nobody. And I've seen that a lot. You can't hang with everybody. You can't talk with everybody. You can't be friends with everybody. It ain't possible. It ain't never been meant to be. And you don't find out until the shit hits the fan. And by then it's too late. Now you're wrapped up in stuff and you're sitting there trying to figure out how the hell did I get in this? Well, you were sucked in. And people get sucked up all the time, trying to be nice to people, trying to be friendly, trying to give people second chances, showing people favor. But this is what happens. You can't favor everybody because everybody's not your friend. Everybody don't mean you well. See, I can pretend I like you today, and then tomorrow I'm stabbing your ass in the back. You got a lot of trick bitches out here. Excuse my language, but it's the truth. There's a trick bitch born every day. You got to know how to weed them out. Or you are going to be sucked dry until you leave here. And when I think of the Wells, they are what I think of. They're trick bitches. There's no love for anybody. You are collateral damage. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to Dudley, Chris Madonna, releasing this information, Boy H, the safety of Boy H, what is going to be the end result of this case? Where is this case going? Will there be an arrest? What now? Who's next to jump out of a cake? Clown car. The clown car needs to be pushed over a ledge at this point. Seriously. I don't think that I can't see anything else. It's just ridiculous to me. They have run out of people to blame. Soon they will turn on each other. Let's pray that happens. Yes, that's all that's left. Thank you, Irish Queen. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And thank you all so much for the donations and the super chats. God bless all of you. Yeah, it's a wrap at this point. Now these two are going to have to start poking daggers at each other. I'm going to tell you the truth. If indeed these two complicit to the disappearance of Summers, they hurt her, they harmed her, they discarded her. Just imagine sleeping in the same house. Two demons have concocted this ruse to get rid of this beautiful baby, and they're sleeping with each other, kissing and touching each other, making love, sex with each other, and they've killed a kid. And then they have to put on a face before the church, Robin, the news, social media, like they ain't done nothing to their kid. Did that ever occur to any of you? I know it's a horrible thought. Right, Kinsley, exactly what I was getting ready to say. They kill each other soon. Exactly. Because how far can this farce go? Whispering to one another at night. Don't stop it. You know what you did. You killed our baby. Or he helped kill the baby. So you don't know what they're talking about at night. But I'd love to be a fly on the wall. But I think it would scare the shit out of me if I was. Because that's the clincher. It's the truth. To June 15th. That these two orchestrated a crime to get rid of their child. And they're walking around playing mind games with law officials and the general public because they can. And imagine what the walls would say right now. Seriously, what are the walls saying in 110 Bend Circle Road? Because this place has an omen if I've ever seen one. And that road, to me, is like something out of a scary movie, Twilight Zone. You're riding on the road and it goes nowhere but in a circle. And it would just circle you up to 110, back around, back down, loop out, think you're going to the main road. You keep driving. You keep driving. You come back around and you're back at 110. And you're like, what the hell is going on? Why am I not getting out of this holler? Because it wasn't meant for you to get out. Because it is the end. It is your final destination. I'm serious. I wish that fucking building would blow up in the smoke. Just burn. Because perhaps the hyenas would come out running and tell the truth. Finally tell the truth to what happened June 15th. Well, if they burn with them in it, we'll never find out what happened in summer. So let's give a little leeway. They come out. Maybe they tell the truth. This is a sad day. Because she deserves, Summer deserves so much better than what she got. And the brothers too. And they are indeed beautiful kids. And it's really hard to believe that these two procreated these children. And that's also a sick thing. Is that they are the biological parents of these kids. But they're just nasty. They're disgusting and they're vile. And they don't care about anything. And imagine walking around as a child knowing what these people have done to you, said to you, and possibly harmed your sister. The hell would these people want to be, these kids would want to be with them? For what reason? I will pray that they would not. Because we really don't know what's all happened to these kids. We don't really know the conversations they've had with their children, what they've subjected their children to, what their children have seen and heard, who all have been around their children, if the children have been violated by other parties, associates, family members. We really have no idea. And that's why I try not to focus on nasty behaviors between adults and children. because I'm already pissed off that Summer's missing and her parents are acting vile as if they don't care. So I don't want to think of the other side of parents feloniously touching their children. Thank you, Irish. Yes, I pray that the boys are living a better life. And I pray for Summer too. I pray for her. I'm 2 hours into this live. If you want to hit the link before I check out of here to give your commentary pertaining to this Andy situation. Is this the same Andy that lived near them? Does this Andy person still live near them? I don't keep up with all the shenanigans. Excuse me. In Hollerville. So I don't know who stays where, who's with whom. I have no earthly idea who's who. Because I don't really think you can get the truth out of anything. You know, it's not to make people out to be liars, but you don't know what to believe. But I think it's jacked up. And I think it's jacked up that somebody was calling that guy, harassing him, trying to put him as a suspect. You think he's going to admit to you over a phone that he had anything to do with taking a child? Of course not. And the person that was doing the calling, you don't have any business calling people's cell phones anyway. And the first thing I'm thinking, how did he get their telephone number? Did Candy or Don have the number? Andy's number? How did their goofy ass associate get the phone number? See, there's a lot of unanswered questions to this story. You're welcome, Hannah. But there's some things that don't make no sense to this story. Who is Andy? Is Andy the neighbor? Is he their drug dealer? Has he been selling them narcotics? Did they use him to help discard their child, harm their child, sell their child, barter their child? When was the last time this Andy had any personal dealings with Don and Candy Wells? Where does he live now? Does he live on this road, near the road, around the corner? What are we talking about? Why are other people getting involved when it's none of their damn business? Calling people's cell phones. You need to worry about what you got going on out there, out west. How about paying a mortgage? Stop live streaming and go pay your ass some bills out west and stop worrying about what the fuck's going on in Tennessee. Because you don't take care of your business out there and you worried about the hell going on down here in East Tennessee. Nothing. Nothing of your concern. You keep on messing with Don and Candy, you're going to find your ass laying face down back there in that holler. Because they don't care for themselves. And if a motherfucker don't care about their kids, what they care about your dusty ass? Just stupid. Running down here like a runaway slave to go hang out with some damn dope fiends down in fucking Rogersville for what? Running down the damn hill, couldn't even hold your damn britches up. Another fool. Doped up then. Just ignorant as hell. Then you other crazy ass YouTubers joining in. It's for summer, it's for summer. No, bitch, it's for you. Ain't for no damn summer. Y'all need to quit saying that. You don't give a damn about that little girl. She don't care about yourself. Hey, it's for summer. We got to keep her name out there. We got to keep her name out there. It's for summer. You didn't even know what Tennessee was on the fucking map. Matter of fact, spell Tennessee. I'll wait. Can't even spell it. You can't even name the counties outside of Rogersville. You can't even name the counties from Rogersville to Knoxville and back around. Probably don't know how many states Tennessee touches. I'll wait. But you're here because of summer. Yeah, all right. Smoky Mountain, please. That's all right, Kaylee. You see, talk is cheap. Just like what the parents are doing, trying to make people think they care if they don't care. Other people been jumping in the bandwagon, jumping in, jumping off. Potato, merry-go-rounds, clown cars, birthday cakes. It's all for show. Self-serving reasons. Riding around pretending to care, going over there to that property, running around over here, banging on this door, that door. Man, you all don't give a fuck about that little girl. You don't care about that kid, man. Don't care anything about it. Hello.
Hi. Sorry, this is kind of really quiet for me. I did want to come up and give you my thoughts. I know I've said it a lot in chat, so I figured I'd give my thoughts on things. As far as Dudley goes, I don't exactly find him credible. I think that he was outside of the situation for too long and had too long to come up with a story before he came out and spoke to anybody.
Okay.
Andy. Oh, sorry. Andy, I don't know a lot about him.
Okay.
I do know that I had heard that his alibi was cleared.
Okay. Now, who told you that, ma'am?
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and find it to be for sure. And if I do, once I do, I'll send you the email with that information.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have an email, so you'll just be putting it on a post.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't matter because I know what it's going to be. It's just going to be somebody's channel.
Right. And honestly, like, I don't know. I just, with them not really looking into him, I don't find that they even thought that he was an issue.
Who are you speaking of?
With H, that poor kid has been run through the ringer. I do find him very credible.
Okay, so let's backtrack. Slow down. Let's backtrack. Do you think it was right for Chris Madonna to interview him?
After the unedited was heard, I would say no.
Go back to the beginning. Do you think it was right for him to interview him?
I'd have to say no.
Okay. So you believe what he has to say. You don't think Chris should have interviewed him. Do you think he put his life in danger by talking to him?
Yes.
Do you think his mother was wrong to allow the interview?
Yes.
Do you believe Candy went to him after the fact?
Yes.
Do you think H is involved in any way?
No.
Okay.
I think anything that happened after he was dropped off, which I think whatever happened to Summer happened after they got back to the house. Okay. And he was not there.
Okay.
And I honestly believe he wasn't there.
Okay.
You know, I heard the stories about, Summer got in trouble and she ran off and he and Candace hopped in the truck and he accidentally hit her. And I was like, who would let a 15-year-old drive when a child was running away?
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life.
Yes, it's so dumb.
Who told somebody that H was driving her car? Nobody.
Right.
You can't even believe anything this lady has said. You think a child got in her car and hit her baby?
Oh, I know. It's just the insanity of what is coming out. I can't even wrap my head around it. I can't. It's all so stupid.
It's like Dodo Bird City. Beam me up, Scotty. Candy's on her way. Beam me up.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, I live in North Dakota. It is 40 degrees below zero here right now. I wish they would drive Don and Candace here.
There, but it's cold here.
I wish they would drive Don and Candace here. Just set them outside my house without a coat, without shoes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll sit there with my hot coffee and tea and wait for one of them to crack.
Yes. Exactly.
You know, they'll freeze to death before they thirst to death in the desert.
Oh, God. Well, you take them to Death Valley, they wouldn't make it. It wouldn't take long. Wouldn't take long at all.
But those were just my thoughts. It's really hard for me to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and drop down.
Oh, you're going? Okay.
Yeah, but thank you for letting me visit with you.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you, Rebecca.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That's Rebecca. Yeah, the stories, the made-up stories, I've had all I can take. I don't want to hear any more of them. I don't want to hear any more of them damn stories. Hold on, let me get my phone. I'll see what I'm going to have to do while I'm live. Can't be nice to folks. Oh, Lord have mercy. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Jennifer. I take a mental vacation all the time from these crazy ass folks. They're not getting ready to give me high blood pressure. No. Not now, not never. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to Chris Madonna releasing information to Patreon and YouTube. Was it right for him to interview H? What reasons to upload the content now? You had to know, Chris Madonna, that somebody was going to tell it whether they paid for it or not. Putting a child's life in jeopardy day one to interview him for what reasons? Some of you agreed with it. That's your business. I don't really care. I go by common sense. This case was too serious to have him talking. He talked too much. H told too much. That's why you know it wasn't made up. Because he had to know calling people names out and get back to the said person or persons. And they might come look for him. Come on now, stay woke. Shit's out of control. And something bad happens to the boy, who will be the one to say, damn, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have interviewed that kid. Shouldn't have talked to his mother. Should have left well enough alone. You want to talk to Candy and Don? That would probably been more efficient, but not talking to a child. He's a child. Sickening. Yes, he knew better. Hit the link to give me your opinion pertaining to this case, the latest information. Clown cars, $2 circus, broke ass merry-go-round full of freaks. That's what's going on right now. Freak show. Another freak show. I don't know, Dee. I don't know what's the truth pertaining to H, where he is. I can't say. I don't know. I have no idea. You're welcome, sweetheart. You are crazy. A wet blanket. That's funny. I like that. I'm going back looking at your comments. Oh, God. I'm dead. So funny. Oh, Lord have mercy. Thank you, Jude. So funny. What's next? What's next? Jackass rides. Robin, now Robin. I'm going through you all's comments. Oh, Lordy. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. While you're on this one subject, I just have a couple questions that I caught with this
Boy,
interview.
you sure came back loud this time, didn't you? Good God.
I fixed that internet now. But on this interview, and I do not agree that that should have happened at all. But when he did it with Allie and
you're gonna have to put your dog up, baby. We can't hear you.
I guess I am. I'm gonna kick her in the butt. Probably that. Okay. Well, Allie was sitting there when they did that interview, and this is the part that kind of got me thinking how they all hate Candace, wouldn't get around Candace, wouldn't talk to Candace. When Candace called Hunter, and he said, call Allie, and then I guess she tried calling, and Allie said, I wouldn't talk to her. And then in the interview with Chris, Allie sits there saying, yeah, she pulled up, dropped off Hunter, and I went out there wanting to talk to her and invite her up onto the porch to talk, and Summer was asleep. Mm-hmm. Now, why was she sitting there this whole interview saying she would not talk to her, wouldn't get up out of bed when she came to the house that morning, but then that afternoon, she's wanting to invite her up on the porch and have Mountain Dew and chit chat?
No, I don't think it's that. She probably has some words for her, probably.
And so I don't believe Allie even went out to that truck.
Why not?
Well, why would she go out there if she wouldn't talk to her that morning?
Well, just think about it. Maybe she thought about it. Maybe she had something she wanted to tell her. Did it ever occur to you she may have something she wanted to tell her? My understanding from a source, there was a conversation.
Out at that truck?
They were outside, ma'am.
Because that one there is just throwing me off, because it's like, here she's sitting there saying, yeah, they all didn't like her, wouldn't talk to her. Mm-hmm. But then she says, yeah, I went out to the truck and wanted to talk, and give her a kiss and stuff.
Yeah, she may have. I mean, he may have called his mom and told her he was coming home and I'm on my way. And she may have even called or texted him to say, hey, where you at? What you doing? So you don't know all that because people don't tell you everything.
That's true. That's very true.
She doesn't have to tell you that she texted her son to say, hey, where you at? What you doing? What time you coming back? She don't have to tell you that.
And with that interview, too, with Chris, there was just too many cutouts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I had heard people say that.
It's just like, here we're in the middle of a conversation, boom, they're gone, and then they're back, on camera. Yeah.
Well, that's probably some things maybe he didn't want in, because you see Allie was distracted at many times during the interview, and then hollering at the lady across the street. She's just ignorant.
Totally.
Yeah, very, very ignorant. It's like you got company here interviewing your son, they're typing it, and you're worried about Jessie May across the street. and listen, and for the record, I want to know, is Jessie May or whoever that was, is she black? I've sure been tickled trying to figure out who it is.
Well, and you also mentioned somebody did about why was Allie staying at Candace's. From what I understand, now this is from what I understand is they live in the projects, the government HUD home, and the home is actually her grandmother's, that the woman that was sitting there. And when she brought this Jose guy in, she would not allow him to be there.
Who, the older lady that was sitting on the porch?
Huh?
The older lady that was sitting on the porch?
Right. Uh-huh. And
who told you that?
I just heard that. I don't know if I heard that on one of.
Yeah.
There's so many, I'm just saying from what I
so many versions, yeah.
And that part I can understand and really kind of take in believing that she wouldn't let this guy stay there. So Dawn's gone in Utah, so where else would they all start partying?
But see, that's why I said is there's so much to that whole situation that we really don't know about. Why all these people were at this house, the alleged 15 people staying at the house, how this guy Jose is hanging with Allie when he came here originally with the baby's father, Andrew.
And
father. It's very strange.
It's just, and they're all there, and then here comes Dawn, and then like with the Dudley thing, Dawn sitting there telling Dudley he couldn't go home. He has, because why can't you go home if family service is coming to your home?
Right.
That would be the first place I would be, is there. And if family service is coming, why are you leaving your 3 children there knowing that they're on their way there,
See, that's why I said everything about June 15th and even the stuff that Dudley is saying, it's just jacked up.
Right.
Whether you choose to believe it or not, it's just jacked up because you're leaving babies alone to run around with a 15-year-old and pick up your mother and go swim in a dirty swim hole. Then we got this man 6 months later talking about he's hiding out at the house
with his milk. It's like, I understand. And people are bringing up too, why did she leave the 3 boys at home? I can understand the situation if she took grandma to the hospital, to the ER early that morning. Of course, you're going to leave 3 boys that it's going to be hard to get up and, take them to sit in a, emergency room while you wait. I can understand leaving them home and taking the little one. Now, if that wasn't the case, that's a totally different set. Why didn't you take them 3 boys? But if that was an actual scenario of grandma had to go to the hospital, let's get up, take the baby, let's go take them to the hospital, leave the 3 older ones. But if you knew if family service is coming, I don't care. I'd pile them in anyway and take them with me.
Well, my thing is that why would you leave if you knew they were coming?
Right. I mean, if they're coming, they're going to take them, and that's even gives them a better.
That's exactly what I told people. That's why I tell people they don't think when they talk. Why would you leave your kids alone knowing CPS is coming to your house? It makes no sense. They were supposed to be cleaning the house. That makes no sense. So you say they were cleaning the house that day, but they were coming the next day.
That's right. And legal age, you cannot leave a child under 14 years home alone. I mean,
Tennessee doesn't have any stipulations.
So it's like, why would you leave your children if you knew they were coming? Because
well, I just told you, Tennessee does not have stipulations.
Locked in and can't get in, can't get out. What if there was a fire? How's these kids supposed to get out of the house?
Listen,
there's a fire.
That's for after the fact when the law comes. I'm talking about the law itself, ma'am. The law itself says there's no law on the book that says what age is appropriate to leave your children alone. I'm just telling you what the law says.
Well, I understand that. And that's why I was telling you when I had my mouth open for 3 years, it's because it's so backwoods there. Like in Illinois, you have to be 14, can't leave a child by themselves under the age of 14. There's no laws. I mean, it's just, and another thing people don't understand about Tennessee too, family services don't take the kids there as fast out of a home as they would in a city or I would say even here. I mean, some of the stuff that happens here boom, them children are out until you're investigated. In Tennessee, the backwoods areas, they kind of let a lot of stuff slide. And they shouldn't, but they do. And I've lived around it where I've watched.
T, what do you have to say?
I find it. Can you hear me?
Yes, where you calling from, dear?
London, England.
Welcome, London, England.
Thank you. It's my first time, by the way, so you know.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know I love the Brits, darling. So make my day, darling.
Okay, done.
Thank you. I find it hard to believe anything they say because it just doesn't add up.
Okay.
Just nothing.
Well, let's start with Dudley, since that's the latest news, the hottest news on the circuit besides the Chris Madonna BS. Do you believe Dudley, ma'am?
I do not believe everything Dudley says.
So tell me what you believe and don't believe.
Okay. So while he's telling events, he definitely is setting it up to make himself look like he's, you know, this great respectable guy who's never done anything wrong, while Don is, you know, a piece of trash, basically. And while I believe Don is quite trashy from the evidence that he shows us day in, day out, I don't believe everything Dudley says, because it would mean he doesn't have common sense. You know, the whole thing of leading him here and there and round in circles is like, don't you have a brain? You're the head of your family. You're the breadwinner.
Well said, my dear. The Queen agrees, because let me tell you something about common sense. The first time you take me on a damn goose hunt, it's a wrap.
Exactly. So, in considering he is somebody's dad and he's, you know, he's paying bills and stuff.
Yes.
He's a grown up. Like, come on. So I don't believe everything he says. I believe bits and pieces, because I mean Don has showed us that already. Just from
So you think the running around, you think those are lies or made up? What is it that you don't believe that Dudley
I
said?
think that probably happened once. But as for it being on a regular basis, that just doesn't make any sense.
That means you're crazy and there's something wrong with you, is what you're saying. That you would keep following somebody around knowing they're not taking you to the job site.
Yeah, we heard his wife as well. She sounds like she doesn't take any shit. So from when he's come back home and he said, "Hey, wife," I've forgotten what her name was, "this and that happened today," she'll be like, "What?" You know, even if she's telling him, "Get your trousers on and go and sort that out," sort of thing. You know, for it to keep happening over and over again.
Yes, I thought, you know, but let me tell you something. From what I'm learning as I get older, that there's stuff that people do, you can just shake your head and be like, "Why do you keep doing that?" And because I mean, we all can do some foolish things knowing better, and we still go back in the lion's den and keep doing it. But I'm thinking maybe he's just desperate for money, because at some point you had issues with these people. You did say you went to the boss to talk about Don's behavior, and yet you still had to have been wrapped up with these people to lead up to June 14th. Yeah. So, you know, the day before the child went missing, allegedly. So you've dealt with these people more than one time and still kept working for them. I would have bailed out as soon as Don was talking smack to me, disrespecting me, causing me problems on the job. Yeah. I probably would have just said, you know what, this isn't the type of work I need. Let me go work for a reputable company where I can clock in, clock out, get benefits. I don't need this type of aggravation.
And wasn't this guy previously self-employed as well?
Well,
so
from Louisiana, I believe.
Yeah, so he, even though things might differ from state to state, he at least has the know-how as to with regards to
get work. He knows how to get work. He knows how to do work.
Yeah. So it's not as if he's green, you know. He's just finished.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. He's not a kid. He's not a kid. I'm exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you know, so that's what. So I think somebody in the chat questioned that, like, this person is acting very odd for somebody grown and been in the business to put up with the stuff he was putting up with. Why? So maybe they were alluding to the fact that possibly he's an addict, because that's more of an addict's mindset.
Yeah,
to put up with stuff
that.
to get the money, cash money. Because we got to ask ourselves that wasn't mentioned. Did he pay Dudley for day work or by the week?
Right.
Because we know he wouldn't have worked for him bi-weekly, because nobody's going to wait 2 weeks to get cash money.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing in the building trade. It differs, doesn't it? You've got your hourly rates, your daily rates, or
yes,
your weekly rates, or rated by the
job. The person either if it's cash money, it's either going to be a day pay or at the end of the week, Friday.
Right. But Daddy was saying it's by the job, wasn't he?
Yeah, where he came from. Yeah, you get paid for the job itself. The lump sum.
Yeah, I just can't see. It's the way him and his wife were. Well, he was a little bit more relaxed than his wife, but you know, the way they both were over the phone, I can't see them putting up with that for a long time.
But I'm telling you, it happens, because just like the story I brought about 2 or so months ago or 3 months ago, a black man was working for a white man. The black guy's younger, and I've got to bring content about that too, because I want to have everybody sign a petition for the judge to get her dismissed, because she gave the white guy a $500,000 bond for the murder of this black man. This black man obviously had been working for this older white man for years, doing septic, plumbing work, whatever. Well, he buried him in the septic tank, shot him, and left him down there and covered the hole up at somebody's house or business. So the thing that's crazy is the daughter comes forward and says they've been having this love-hate relationship that went on for a few years, not 2 weeks, 1 month.
Yeah.
So it does go on.
Yeah, true.
Where people keep going back and forth with these day labor jobs, with people working for them. They fall out, they leave. The person calls them back, hey, can you work for me? Or the person calls them back, hey, do you got anything? It's like a love-hate tug of war.
Yeah.
But my thing, once you've been disrespected, you've been shorted your money, the person disrespecting you, misleading you, got you doing more than work than the pay. Just get your pay. Yes, get your pay and get on. Exactly.
Yeah, and particularly like someone alluded to, if he was a drug addict as well, I guess that would also have him by the fishhook, wouldn't it? Yes. As in, like, you're likely to put up with more crap because you're thinking, I'm going to get this money any day. I'm going to get this money any day. Sort of
yes. Thing. And that's why I said to myself, if this went on for a certain amount of time, that's behavior to me of an addict. You're just willing to put up with anything so you can get that quick money.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Lord, so that's my thoughts on Dudley.
Thank you so much, T.
Thank you.
So what do you think about Chris Madonna and uploading the information to Patreon and now YouTube, the full interview?
I can't be okay. It was one thing doing the interview, and it was another thing uploading the uncut version to the Patreon channel. I don't know why he would have ever done that. Of course it was going to get leaked at some stage. I mean, those are two separate things there. One, he did the interview full stop. Secondly, the uncut version of it, where a lot more things were said. Bad move. He should definitely know better. Ali should definitely have known better, or the adults involved should definitely have known better.
So, do you think they both put his life at risk?
Absolutely. Okay. And that just by the fact that he's on social media, let alone the whole gang thing and telling on people and everything that's involved in the story, just the fact that he's put out there.
Yes. Do you believe what Boye said in that interview?
Do you know what? Since watching the uncut version, it makes more sense, because before that I didn't really believe it because there were just too many he said, she said.
Okay.
But since watching the uncut version, it's more believable. Yeah. Because we were all questioning, did it really even happen on that day? Is it completely made up?
But I always told people that in order for you to say she died before the 15th or went missing, which is soever, Allie and H had to been lying.
Yeah.
And why would they lie for this person that the mother don't care for in no way? Why even put yourself in the mix of something?
Yeah.
Well, you two don't get along anyway.
Yeah. And even Chris McDonough's little edits that he then, you know, we saw the full picture of once we saw the uncut version, even those little bits made a hell of a difference in it being more believable than it otherwise was before.
Yes.
Just little snippets here and there. Yeah.
So what else I was going to ask you? So you do believe he shouldn't have interviewed the child. They put his health, life, safety at risk. Definitely. What do you think the motivation is for having people pay to Patreon to hear it, knowing somebody would take it out of there, now upload it to YouTube, now putting him on Front Street and still putting his life at risk if this is true? What do you think the motivation was for Chris McDonough to do this?
Well, it's definitely money.
Okay.
It's definitely money.
So he really is not as caring as he's portraying himself?
Unfortunately, I have to say no.
Okay.
It's unfortunate and it saddens me, but if I'm going to be honest, no.
Rags, they're teasing you, a spot of tea and to put my face in the cake, laugh out loud, Mrs. Doubtfire. You guys are so crazy.
I can't see the comments.
You know, I love the Brits, honey. You give me a good British mystery and a good British crime show, I'm good to go. I am a Midsummer Murder fan. Shut your mouth.
Yes. But I'm a bad mother.
Yes. I was, honey, anything with Idris Elba, I am a fan, honey. I love the Brits. I watch my Cleaning Girls. I watch all British hoarding shows. Oh, I'm on speed dial, baby.
We watch all American stuff.
Yes. Me and the Brits, we have our own imaginary love affair. I don't need anybody else. I've got my.
Nice. Don't worry, I can laugh at myself, so it's all good.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's see. What else I want to ask you? So you told me how you feel about Dudley in that situation. Let's just talk about our Andy. Who is our Andy? I didn't ask anybody that.
Ooh.
Who is Andy?
Me, Kaylee.
I have muted Kaylee's. Kaylee has some background stuff.
Okay.
That's why I muted the mic.
Okay.
T, who is Andy? Who is Andy? Who is this Andy?
That could be anybody.
Well, I'll be damned, Kaylee. You woke now.
Well, I was letting the lady talk.
Well, T, let me ask T right quick. T, who is Andy? Is it the neighbor?
I agree with Kaylee. That really could be anybody. It'd be easy to point the finger. Really easy, but it could be anybody.
Okay, so Kaylee, who was Andy?
That could have been Jody Sue's. That could have been one of the guys that worked for him, because he did say he had 10 or 15 guys that just, they don't work out. None of the guys he hires works out. I mean, it could have been anybody. It could have been one of the guys going down to the end of the street that was buying from the other guy he's accusing that was a dealer. You know, it's just another name thrown into the pot just to add to
the narrative of just talking, hearing the self-talk.
Yeah. It's convenient that Jody Sue's ex is called Andy, but you know, that's just convenient.
Very convenient. Too convenient, matter of fact. Too convenient that H's dad is named Andrew.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ting, ting, ting.
You got it. Bingo card.
Yeah, bingo card. Too many Andys. Look, too many Andys and Andrews for me, darling.
Yep.
Totally agree.
500 for BS, Alex.
Ding, ding, ding.
There should only be about 4 in this whole scenario. And here we are 7 months later, and we got 40 people in the scenario when there's really should be maybe the max 4.
I don't know. Just all of it's just.
But I think this is a lot bigger and more. There's got to be something there that is just none of our minds yet could wrap around that this is just so, it is in the holler. So I'm going to say this is crazy. There's something there that they're really looking at that a lot of us are just totally missing it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was it TBI, isn't it? TBI and FBI. Yeah, they've got a lot more info than we have, definitely.
And that's the joy. That's the joy of the story.
I believe in the end, more is going to be brought in than we even think, and that we could even comprehend. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's what a lot of people have been saying. So, what are you all alluding to? The fact of it's deeper than we know. Then what is it then?
Well, I'm not going to say trafficking there in that area, but molestation, sexual abuse, drugs is very heavy in those areas. Mm-hmm. And I do think there's a lot of sexual abuse. And I do think Candace was either grooming Hunter or actually messing with Hunter also. His demeanor kind of really shows it too. And Allie even said in the interview.
Elaborate.
Well, just the way, like when he was at the table talking, them hanging out. That's just, you've got a 12-year-old son that should have the same about maturity as this 15-year-old boy.
I agree.
But they don't hang out
together. Yeah.
You know, why isn't he hanging out with your 12-year-old son, teaching him how to do things, being buddies with him, and you're hanging out with someone else's child?
Yeah, I agree. It is a bit odd that he said he jumped up to go out with them because Summer was going and she's like his little sister. Mm-hmm. And really what he was saying was, hey, it's only Summer. I can get away with drinking alcohol and smoking whatever it is, the pipe thingies, the vapes, that's it.
And who's to say she hasn't been doing that with him at some time when they were hanging around? Because it was a while that they hadn't seen each other. So as I told people, I can't remember what a while was, but that's another thing. When they were hanging around, who's to say she wasn't offering him smokes and alcoholic beverages? So he would be expecting it when he got in the car with her.
Absolutely.
Right. And he even told Allie that she gave him these things when he got out of the car. You know, he said that on tape, that, yeah, she knew. So Allie knew Candace was supplying these items to him. Mm-hmm. And
I thought somebody said that's what she was upset about with the chit chat. So what are you saying? He told her when he got out of the car?
Yeah, because he went around to the window and got the second one from her. And he told her. And then Allie also told Chris in that interview that when he come into the house and he didn't say nothing, and he made, I guess, a phone call to his girlfriend because he wanted to go with her. Chris asked her, he goes, well, did he say what happened that day? And she said, if you go back to the interview and listen when he's interviewing Allie and the three women, she tells him that Hunter, there's some things that Hunter won't tell them.
I'm confused with what you're saying. There's some things he would. There's some things that he what?
He would not tell Allie. There was some things that she said to Chris that there was some things Hunter would not tell her that they did that day that happened.
Okay. Well, so CRP says she knew and doesn't care. Allie is just as bad.
Talking to Chris.
Listen,
Allie
CRP said
that
she knew and doesn't care. Allie is just as bad as DNC. That's what CRP
she's quite relaxed, isn't it? She's quite relaxed with him, isn't she?
Too relaxed. My thing is this: you let your child go with Candy when you already know your friend and you didn't like her. Yeah. So what was the purpose of letting her go? I mean, I'm confused at all of that.
Yeah.
And then you have to ask, like someone in the chat said, okay, it's been a year since he had been to her house, blah, blah, blah. I still don't know when the last time she went, maybe picked him up, dropped to see him. Totally. Why did she go that day? Why did she go that day to anyway? She could have just said, no, I ain't got time. I got to go do this, got to go do that.
Yeah, I'm still confused on who called who and who invited who and
She
who asked to
texted.
come along.
She, from my understanding, I think. How did it go? Did she say she texted him or something? I can't remember. See, I start forgetting stuff because every day
That's years.
I just start forgetting stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
In the end, it doesn't. In the end, it's still fucked up. However you look at it.
Yeah. It's true.
He texted who called who first.
Well,
Still,
how could it have been years since they've been to the house when it?
He said it had been 8 months. I remember him saying
They were just there hanging out in October when they had that fight.
Yeah, but that's almost a year. October of that year. That's a long time.
It has been years since they've been there.
Yeah, but that's still a long time to just up and call somebody or text somebody.
It is. It really
and then
is.
It's a child. You're still talking about a child. He's not a grown-up. You're talking about texting somebody. I don't give a damn. 6 months, 7 months, 9 months. He's a child. Why are you texting, talking to the child?
That's weird. That's weird.
Why aren't you talking to his mother? That was who you were friends with.
Exactly.
It makes no lie. It's illogical.
And talking of the other plays in this story, you can tell me to shut up if you like, everyone.
No,
but talking of the other plays in this story, the dogs don't add up either.
Y'all go.
They're there that day, they're not there that day, they bark, they don't bark. What? 20 or so dogs? They've got to be barking, even if it's just 2 of them.
Let me tell you what's been happening, if you ain't followed. Don and Candy have to come up with a new answer per your complaint.
Yeah.
You see, every time you all start talking in the chat, why, then they come up with a new narrative, a new excuse for something. That's what's been going on in this case.
They tailor everything, don't they?
They watch everything you're saying, so then they come up with something new to say about whatever you were complaining about that wasn't right with the story. See, this is why you know it's complicit, and it's complicity of all involved. It's orchestrated because you keep adding stuff, you keep changing stuff. You wouldn't have to do that if the story was ironclad the truth.
Absolutely.
The truth never deviates. You don't have to change the color of a car. You don't have to add Pookie, Bubba, Dudley, Jody Sue, the butcher, the baker, the utility worker. This is Casey Anthony all day long. Imagine them in court, what they would do with a lawyer. Stay woke.
Oh, God.
They would have all kinds of people as the suspect. And this is how Casey Anthony got off. The lawyer put reasonable doubt in the ears of the jury, and they fell for it.
Yeah.
Oh, she drowned in a swimming pool. They dumped her. So these parents are going to go dump their grandbaby because she fell in a swimming pool allegedly.
Yeah, I can't.
For sure.
And I tell people, once this goes to trial, God willing, it goes to trial. All this stuff that we're doing right now, all this he said, she said, imaginary stories, making up shit. Imagine 12 people hearing all of this at one time.
Yeah.
They will be glad to go home at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they will get burnt out.
Absolutely. It's draining.
It is draining. So that's why I keep telling people it is messing up in case somebody does go to jail. That FBI, you better have something ironclad, man, because all it takes is one person on a jury, if they get indicted, to sit up and say, I don't think so. Like these knuckleheads that you see in the chat and on these panels and these stupid YouTubers aiding them. Well, that's all you need on a jury is just the one.
God, just think all these YouTubers can end up being called in as witnesses, can't they?
Oh, Lord, I'm dead.
No, but the ones that are physically...
I didn't even think, you know what? I didn't even think about that. But you're right. You've been talking to them, holding conversations. So that's what I'm saying. Imagine all that he said, she said, gossip, the defense attorneys bringing all these crazy ass theories, just like what you keep hearing about. Oh, Hunter was driving the car and he ran over Summer. Blah, blah, blah. She's in a septic tank. Just imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The defense. Can you imagine the defense changing the narrative every day?
Yeah, exactly.
The British are coming. The British are coming. No, wait a minute. No, it was Casper. No, it was Dudley. No, it was Boy H. No, it was Allie. No, it was a utility worker. No, it was the guy from AT&T. See where I'm going?
Yeah, and the thing is Don's so good at doing that by himself. Can you imagine a professional behind him backing him? Jesus.
Exactly. Somebody that knows how to work the law.
Exactly.
It's just sad. It's just very, very sad.
Gosh.
I would hate for any of this to ever reach a courtroom. All this he said, she said. It would be devastating.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I'm approaching 3 hours.
Thank you very much. Thanks
so
for
much.
listening to me, everyone.
Oh, anytime, T. Thank you. Join me anytime, dear.
I am so glad I found you.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad that you called the queen.
I'm loving this channel and the people in the chat.
Thank you. I'm not, listen, I'm not too raunchy for you, am I?
What was that? I didn't get that. What was that?
I said, I'm not too raunchy for you, am I?
Oh, raunchy.
Raunchy, crass. You know what crass means.
No, I'm loving it.
Because I would hate for my new British friend to think ill of me on the first day. You know I'm an utter fool.
Stop it. Oh, you were killing me earlier when you were doing the impressions of them. Oh my gosh, we would.
Oh, I know. Oh, you know I'm a great actress. That's really my expertise is acting. That's what I want to do. YouTube, I've told people, first contract, I'm gone from here. There will be no videos on nothing but how you doing? Goodbye. Click.
All of us were falling over in the chat.
Candy.
Oh
Candy,
no.
what have you done, Candy? They're on to us. They're on to us.
That sounded all sexy. That's wrong. They're on to us.
They're on to us, Candy. They're on to us. We've got
talks
substance.
more like that, don't she?
Say what?
She talks more like that.
You know what? Oh my God, I'm gonna die. You are a riot. By golly, because that's how these old Southern folk talk down through Chin. By golly, I believe we done fooled them, Candy. You think we done fooled them? We have.
We done fooled them?
We've done fooled them.
Gosh darn it. No, I can't do it.
But that's what they think. But that's what they think, though.
Yeah,
see?
absolutely.
That they fooled us.
And I think
because they haven't been arrested.
do think that as well. The world is I can't speak for everyone, of course, but a lot of us around the world are looking at these people in disgust, and they genuinely think they've pulled one over on us. Clearly.
Yes, of course.
But then in a way they have, because they do have us running in circles, scratching our heads, at certain.
They ain't got, look, I'm a big girl. They ain't got me running nowhere. Like Candace said, she ain't walked nowhere. Well, big girl ain't ran nowhere. I ain't ran nowhere. Let me tell you something. I sleeps good at night because I know better.
Yeah, true.
I know better.
True, absolutely.
I know they're involved. So I'm just waiting for the bag to drop.
Yeah.
Just like with the dream I had about summer. I am at peace with it all, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, that dream made me feel a bit sad though as well.
Did it really?
Yeah, because I don't know. I kind of pictured it as you were saying. I had the visual immediately as you were saying it.
Well, somebody in the chat mentioned their dream the other day, and that dream was horrible. I don't even want to repeat their dream. That dream just shook me to my core, and I was like, Lord, I don't want to think about that dream. I'd rather focus on the dream that I had, because their dream would be if she was alive, what somebody's doing to her now, and it's something I don't want to think about.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
No,
so I want to think of her in a peaceful place, a happy place. I want to think of her as eating fruit out of a bowl and just she's enjoying her fruit.
Yeah.
And she's happy.
Yeah. Agreed. Now that you painted that picture, certainly.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Reese says it needs to be a mudslide on that hill. Honey.
Oh.
Well, we do have mudslides. It's got to be a whole lot of rain. I think their house is on the more flat part of that property. So they got a good chance of that brick shed or whatever the hell it's made of, cement shed sitting in place. So, oh Lord, this is somebody calling you English Billy, trying to do the cross between a country person and an English person. But I love the Brits. I do. I love British TV.
What
I
was
always
that?
have.
What person is in English? A what?
English Billy is what someone said in the chat.
I know Billy as a goat.
Yeah, I think what they do, they were trying to mesh between hillbilly and English, so it's English Billy.
Oh, Cockney is what they're after.
Okay.
Cockney. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't speak received pronunciation. No, not at all.
So what part of London do you live in?
I'm southeast London, sort of towards Bromley. I don't know if anyone knows Bromley. It's more the country end of the city.
Oh, the country end. Okay. So
it's still city.
So does it look more like more greenery?
I have a little bit of green, but it's still very much a concrete jungle. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's definitely London.
Okay. Oh, definitely London. Okay.
Born and bred.
Born and bred. Oh, we're born and bred there. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something.
I'm halfway towards Cockney, I guess. Cockney's more like that, you know what I mean?
Okay. Like yeah, I know what you mean, mate. Yes, I got you. So let me ask you this before I leave here.
Okay.
What do you think happened to Summer Wells?
I don't know. I really don't know.
So you have no ideas. Nothing's ever crossed your mind.
No. There's I listen to everybody's ideas. And from that I have no idea.
Okay. I tell you what.
I don't believe she's alive though.
I don't either. But you know what's sickening? Just besides the case itself and all this BS with the parents, what would be sick is what some people are thinking is that she's alive and hidden. I would be pissed the you know what off if I found out that baby is alive and had been hidden by these monsters. When I tell you that would be the day that I would possibly touch down to Rogersville. I would find both of those two bobbleheads and bang their fucking skulls together. Yes,
yeah, if she, I would prefer
that would be the clincher to find out that little girl is alive and they hid her out, because that never crossed my mind. I hear people saying that, and I don't think of that because there's just something sinister about these two that tells me, nah, she's gone. But there's always a possibility of anything, of course, Yeah, but that would be the clincher to find out she's alive. She's been alive this whole time. They've had her hid out with some creep, and this was all for maybe money, donations, some type of sick reason, because these are famed whores. You can see they love attention. Yeah. Dawn at least loves it more probably than Candy.
Yeah.
Man, you talk about finding that white boy. I'm talking about Drag City.
I mean, if she was, I think for me, if she was alive and hidden, as in like she was safe and well, not being
well, you got to see. This is what I tell people about that. When you say she's hidden, you got to look at the parents. What decent person is running neck to neck with them to hide their kid?
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
See, that's what makes it.
When you say, "Oh, she's probably hidden," hidden by whom? Because look at the parents. What type of person would have her hidden? What decent person would have a child hidden? And would you actually trust these people to hide her out for whatever reason? I tell people to think about what you're saying, because to me, that's just is absurd as these other wild ass stories and theories. I wouldn't trust nobody affiliated with them to keep the child, hide the child.
So what about if someone has, okay, this one is really far out, but somewhere along those lines. So what if someone has kidnapped her and it's not a bad-minded person, it's just a stupid decision that they're thinking that they're going to give her a better life, but then all of this has blown up and it's become international and they're like, oh shit. And so they've just kept her hidden.
But the thing is, you're willing to give up your livelihood to kidnap a kid and raise her? How are you going to raise her? She can't never come outside.
I don't know. I can't get into the mindset of these people.
But I'm just saying.
This is along the people that steal babies from hospitals and stuff.
But I'm just saying, hypothetical. Yes, that has happened.
Yeah.
That has happened. There are people who have been kidnapped and kept alive. But that's the thing. They weren't able to roam, though.
Yeah, true.
You only have probably a fraction of people kidnapped as children who actually were able to go to school.
Yeah.
Like the black lady that kidnapped the kids from on the East Coast and raised the black girl down in Florida.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how she did that without Social Security card, birth certificate. How did you put her in school without credentials?
Yeah, true. Because it came to light when she tried to get her passport or something, wasn't it? No, driving license, I think it was.
Okay, so that's my saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So how is it she's an adult trying to get a driver license and you didn't have credentials to get her immunizations, all that? How are you doing that all those years? You have to have something to take to the school to enroll your kids in school. When you get ready to put your kids in kindergarten, you got to have something.
I don't know. They say money talks, right? If you know people that know people that know people and you got money.
Yeah, but I don't see this black woman having no money. But I mean, just think about it logically. Who are you paying? You're going to a school. You have to give the records to the school. Just exactly. Robin said it. They would have to get rid of her. Ding, 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 bingo card.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I mean,
you couldn't raise her in a good way because, first of all, you're taking a child, you're hiding them out, you stole them, however you want to word it. It's still a crime. You can't never let her go outside. So what kind of life are you going to have, even if you intentionally wanted to do good with the kid, but you still kidnap the kid, which is still a crime?
This is the thing, though. These people are walking around amongst us with this
I know they are
mindset.
I know that. But what I do is when you all throw that stuff out there, I make you think about what you're saying, how illogical it's going to be. And it's not to say it never happened, but we live in a world where you've got to verify everything now. So that means you got to now be stealing from people to make it where she could live a decent life with a real name, birth certificate, Social Security card. You're going to have to steal from somebody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I do firmly believe she's dead. I mean, I believe that too. How and why is still questionable.
I do believe that. In my spirit, my soul, I do believe that Summer's no longer living. And I just refuse to entertain all these whack ass stories and made up stuff because in the end, we don't have any information to any narrative, any version, any theory.
Yeah.
But my spirit tells me she's not here. And that dream I had the other night is weighing on me that she's not here.
And as for Don, loved her to death. Don and Candace don't love anybody past their nose. They don't. Right. Their love is conditional as long as it suits them.
Yeah, well, they're self-serving. They're sociopaths. They're just people walking around doing what is expected, and that's really little of nothing. Yeah. They don't do anything because they haven't done anything with their lives. They don't go to school. They don't have a trade. They don't have any formal training, any education. They don't conduct themselves civilized. They even in the church, when they were going to church, they was just there sucking up oxygen and free space on a pew.
I'm so sorry.
Here you got this woman looking like a guy, laying in church with a fucking hoodie on, sleeping in church, legs sprawled out like a fucking man.
I know, it made you angry to see that, didn't it? It just made you angry to see that.
But it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
To go to sleep in church is disrespectful. You knew you didn't have enough sleep when you got up. You should have told Don, hey, you take the kids to church. I'm going to sleep in. Why would you go to church knowing you're sleepy? That's stupid.
Hood on, sprawled out, looking like that. Yeah. Yeah.
My thing is the church isn't even around the corner from where they live. So you had at least a 40-minute drive, 35-minute drive to the church. Hey, you could have slept going to the church or you could have stayed your ass in bed.
Yeah.
And made them some raviolis when they got home because your ass ain't got no damn stove to cook a damn good, decent meal. See, there's so many things wrong with these people that, as I said, should have been noticed from day one when they went to see about Summer on that 15th. CPS should have been involved that day. That's why I don't think that they could have been involved, because that means if they were, they didn't take the children. So that means what were you investigating them for if you didn't take the boys the night you went to see about Summer? So that means what? The cops never called CPS to say, hey, we're getting a bad feeling about these people. Their living conditions are horrible. Hey, let me put a call in to a CPS, see if they got an open case, a pending case. Those are things you should do when you go to a scene of a crime and something looks off. In an unkempt house and the demographics of where they live, CPS should have been the first damn person you called.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's hideous. Just hideous. Somebody says, I wonder what gender she associates herself as.
Oh, Candace.
When I saw her in makeup, I said, well, she could almost halfway look decent, but she's still not a pretty woman.
Oh, no. Has she had Bell palsy or something?
That's gossip.
No, I'm just, no. I'm actually just putting it out.
No, but I'm just saying, Candy is not going to know what she has, because do you see her going to get any type of diagnosis of anything?
No.
But those high cheekbones, looks like she's been hit in her face, on her cheeks, like she's been beat up.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks, Jesse.
It's so sad.
Do you think the truth would ever come out? Yes. She is very manly.
I hope so. I hope the truth will come out, because there's always a possibility that it will still be a case of the officials putting two and two together and no one admitting anything. Mm-hmm. So I do hope that they do tell the truth in the end, and it's not just from, evidence built up, if you know what I mean. Unless it's like really concrete, like there's just no denying it.
I want to show this comment. Somebody said, classic fetal alcohol syndrome face. Lord Jesus.
Oh.
I don't know. But see, that's another thing. People have suspected that the child had some type of issue with that alcohol syndrome. But then what you have to ask yourself is, if she gave birth to Summer here in Tennessee, they would have taken the baby right then.
And I agree with you as well. She was quite tall. Because
I don't see a hospital letting Candy keep a baby that had alcohol fetal syndrome.
And they're normally small if they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she would have the effects of a child addicted to alcohol. They would have never let her leave the hospital with a baby. Yeah, she was tall. There's a picture of her where Dawn's holding her. She's got that dress on and those leggings. That baby looked awfully long for 5 years old.
Because she had only just turned 5 when she went missing. So, yeah.
So I'm just saying, but that photograph where he's holding her.
Yeah.
And her back is to the camera. She looks like she could be damn near 8 years old.
Yeah.
She's big. She's tall. You can see her legs. They're long, hanging. That doesn't look like a 5-year-old.
Yeah. At first glance, it might not seem different, but at first glance, I think 6 or 7. And then I have to remind myself, oh my God, she'd only just turned 5.
Right. And that's why I said she was going to be a tall girl.
Yeah.
She would have taken after Dawn, but it's a very sick case, and there are other children involved, because there are 3 boys left behind, and there are no guarantees that a family would want 3 children.
Yeah.
And that's something people have to think about when children go into foster care. There's no guarantee that these 3 are going to be able to stay together.
And there's not much time left for the 13-year-old, in terms of reconditioning what he's been through. And, for the 13-year-old, there's not much. I know people can change, don't get me wrong, and they don't stop growing until 22, brain-wise. Mm-hmm. But as a 13-year-old, there's not much time left to recondition what he's seen and been through as well.
Well, that's why people don't want older children. That's why people only want to adopt babies, because they can conform the children to their own idealisms. They can't talk. They can't speak. You pick up an 9-year-old, they have an identity at 8 or 9.
Yeah.
They already have a little sass about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel really bad. Just in particular, I feel really bad for that 13-year-old because what have they unleashed on society? And I mean, God willing that, you know.
I know what you're saying. What his attitudes, his demeanor. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
His way of thinking. But it has happened that children learn a different way if they get in the right environment and they learn how to adapt and they learn some manners. And we just have to pray that whoever has them is treating them accordingly. And, you know, they're getting any type of mental help that they need, if they indeed need it, and that they're treated well. That's all you can hope for, is hope for the best. Because I tell you, I'd hate to look up, you know, a few years from now, I'm in my mid-50s and I hear the worst case scenario pertaining to these kids. That they've ran away, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm going to tell you what's even more sick than this story. It's the fact that Candace's other 2 kids were adopted at young children, babies, whatever, and then turned over to the state. Why would you adopt them and then turn them over to the state? You know, nobody ever talks about that.
Yeah, I found that a bit odd as well. And the daughters ran away from foster care several times, and according to her Facebook post.
Okay. So that disturbed me, that you adopted the kids and then somewhere in their preteens or whatever, you're turning them over to the state. Why? 2 kids, you turned over 2. So what am I to believe? Both kids were acting out. Both kids were acting out. Although you got them as little bitty babies or toddlers or something like that.
Yeah.
So you turned them over to the state. That's effed up.
It is. It really is. Because you wouldn't.
That's what people don't understand about kids. People don't want the responsibility of finishing the children on out. Because as I said, as children get older, they start, you know, they do what kids do. They start talking back. They start smelling their own funk. They just start getting becoming wayward, disobedient. Now, you know, not all kids, but some. And the people just say, the hell with this. I'm going to send them back where I got them from. But you adopted them. That's not the same as foster care. If you adopted somebody at 1 and then at 12, 13, they become unruly, well, what you have to do is also check yourself. Were you raising them properly? Were you making them mind?
I mean,
were you reprimanding your children? You know, you can't wait. You can't let a child get 13 and then decide to say, I want you to clean your room. I want you to wash dishes. Well, you didn't make them do those things before. They're just not going to wake up one day and decide they want to start cleaning their room. And people don't understand about kids. You can't just wake up one day and start making your kids, start giving them long list of chores to do when you weren't implementing those things when they were young.
It's true. A lot of us have more patience with dogs and cats than we do with.
Well, and I know people like that. They care. There are people right now care more about an animal than a human.
Yeah.
You know, they're talking about Roscoe, and you think Roscoe's a damn human, and then you find out Roscoe's a damn dog.
His little ankle.
Like, all this time you've been talking about he was sad and I came home and he wouldn't cuddle up to me, and I was like, Roscoe, what's the matter? And oh my God, he's down. And then you top it off with, I gave him a doggy treat. What? You know, I thought Roscoe was a damn man. No, honey, that's my German Shepherd. What the? You know what? Damn.
This whole time you thinking it's a child until they say, and then he bit me.
Let me tell you something. Queen ain't getting ready to fool with nothing. I don't want a dog. I don't want a cat. I don't want nothing. I thought about a goldfish, because the goldfish, he either gonna eat the food or go belly up. Take his pick. They ain't got to worry about nothing else.
No, but their tanks get really messy.
They ain't gonna get messy with the queen, because I told you, you either gonna eat that food or you gonna go belly up. And when you go belly up, you is in the toilet bowl, flush, back to the Wi-Fi.
Queen's a great advert for adopting animals.
I'm done. Yeah. We ain't going to fool with no animals. Because I ain't trying to go out here. I ain't trying to get up and walk nobody. If you see how cold it was in Tennessee, that dog would have been in here making a mess. He would have had to been boo-booing on some newspaper, because Queen would have been like, it's too cold to go outside. You got to come in here. You're going to get your ass on that toilet and you're going to use the bathroom like a human. The dog will be up on the toilet. Hey, one of the housewives made a parrot boo-boo in the toilet. So if a parrot can boo-boo in the toilet, I know a damn dog can get up there and use the bathroom on the toilet. What's your mouth?
crying.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Then I'll tell myself. What I told somebody the other day, I said, "It's a wonder I don't use drugs." And after talking about these people, Jesus, I said, I got to find me a dope dealer because I'm tired of talking about these damn people. I'm tired of talking about them.
Shut your mouth.
You know I'm a clown. But I thank you for joining me. I'm going to get out of here. It's 3:15. Thank you so much for joining me, T.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Bye, everyone.
Love you, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay warm, baby. Bye-bye. That was T, everybody, from London. Honey, you losing. I've been lost. I ain't taking that goldfish out for no walk. It's too damn cold outside. Have you seen how cold it is? Good Lord, how much it's freezing out here. Well, the cat can use the toilet. Well, the dog, he'll use the toilet too. You'll use the toilet in this house. Because as cold as it is, baby, it's too cold to walk a dog right now. Your dog got to go in the bathroom. Tell your dog, get up on the toilet and use the bathroom. And I will flush the toilet when you're done. There we go. Thank you all so much for joining me. God bless all of you. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie, 129 Cash App. All super chats, welcome to the live. Thank you all for the support, the love. I think I'm approaching 11,000. Thank you for the love. Please be careful, stay warm. Think about those who are outside sleeping because there are some people who don't have a home. There are homeless people out here. So if there's anything you can do to help somebody with a coat, hat, food, please help out if you can because it is dire temperatures right now in the U.S. Tennessee is very cold. I mean, it's very cold here in East Tennessee. And unfortunately, there is somebody right now who is outside sleeping. And I don't know how they're going to sleep outside tonight because I think about people that live up north and places like Chicago, Minnesota, Canada. I can't imagine being outside trying to stay warm in below zero temperature. But there's somebody out there that doesn't have a warm bed tonight. So think about that person when you're sleeping in your good warm comforter and your covers tonight. God bless all of you. Stay safe. Oh, 16 degrees. Yeah, it's probably somewhere around that here. Thank you all so much for the love. I appreciate the laughs and the jokes. This is a serious situation. I do bring a little humor to my channel, but it's no disrespect to the topic at hand. Prayers for Summer Wells and her brothers. Prayers for the truth. Prayers that this case will end soon. We'll talk about something else because I'm ready to put this case to bed. I want an ending to this case because I'm tired of talking about the case. I'm tired of talking about the bio donors because the case was never about Summer. That is the reason why Summer Wells is not around because it was never about her. And I think most of us who are really concerned about her welfare and her brother's welfare, that you realize the children were never important. That is the reason why Summer is gone and her brothers are in foster care. They were never priority number one. And now, after the fact, their parents don't give a damn about them. They're too immersed in strangers, vying for attention from random strangers. And that's dangerous. But that is their choice. But we're going to fight for Summer regardless and the well-being for her brothers. And pray that the government will please bring forth an indictment, make it stick so we can get justice for this baby. Thank you, T. Thank you so much, baby. Get justice for this baby. She so deserves justice. She deserves this. Her brothers deserve this. All the little ones who are missing and deceased and harmed by their caretakers, outsiders, they deserve justice. And I'm praying we get it for her. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you all so much. You all have a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you guys later. And once again, for those who were concerned about the remains that were found off of Andrew Johnson Highway in Knox County, they belong to an elderly gentleman, 64 years of age. I do not have all the details of what happened to him, how long he was out there, but the remains have been identified, and they are of an elderly male, 64 years of age. You can go to my earlier video. That's part 1 of this video, and I in that video give you the said name and the age of the person, but there's not much more information to how he came to be out in the location where he was. I don't even know where the location is, how he got there, the shape of the remains, what type of remains were left behind, what was found. That information has not been released to the public. So thank you all so much. And God bless all of you. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you. And thank you for the super chats and the donations. God bless you. Bye. Thank you.